we on it? Alright, you have to jump with the thumb to all the brothers, you have Shema to Bashim, you have Shai to all the sisters. You're on tonight's scripture breakdown class in DC. We're gonna rock and roll as things going on in the earth. Alright, as things going on in the earth. Another one bites the dust. You don't see how they deal with Moisey, that Haitian president and Levite brother. Right? The world will be a friend to you until it's not. Right. You understand? The world will be a friend to you until it's not time to be a friend anymore. And then you will find out that you've been coddling and cultivating an enemy. Right. You understand? That's how life is in the world. Life in the world is nothing more than disappointment after disappointment, betrayal after betrayal, disloyalty after disloyalty, and astonishment of heart. That's what I want to say. Astonishment of heart is part of our curses. Right. It's part of our curses in this hell that we live under this oppressor. All right. So if anybody had any questions tonight, let me know. If not, give me do I want first? All right. If not, tonight we're gonna get into how the Lord is merciful, right?
So I did have a question, sir.
Yeah, please.
My pops wanted to ask. He wanted me to ask you if he wanted to pass down his possessions and his all his belongings to a son that's not his firstborn. Is that wrong? And how would he go about doing that?
Just read it. Say it one more time.
He want to pass down how a father biblically leaves the firstborn the inheritance. Mm-hmm. My pops was saying, even though he don't have nothing really to pass down, but the little bit he does have, he may not necessarily want to pass it down to his firstborn son. Okay. And there's a law against that.
Okay. The only law is if you take another woman and because you hate one of the wives, okay. If the son, the oldest son, give me that one, he shall not remove her raiment or her duty of marriage. Let's say a man has a wife, he takes another rib, one of them he hates. Usually it's the older one, not the older one, but the first one. Right? And when I say usually, it's that meaning in a case like this, okay, where this situation may arise, where a brother will want to now make his firstborn, his heir, the son of the rib that he likes or prefers. Okay. It's usually because he took the second rib because he is, disgusted by the first one, which is, it can bring problems when it's a situation like that. And the Lord puts a law in there as, you could take more women, however, certain things you just cannot do. Right? You absolutely cannot do that. Right. All right. So where is it? Did brother could read?
It's like sir. It's Exodus 21, 16, 10.
Start reading from here. Exodus 21 and 10. Right. Exodus 21 and 10. Start reading from if you don't mind. All right. Anybody else who have it open?
21.
All right. Just read it. Go ahead and read it. I got it. Somebody who have it.
Exodus chapter 21, verse 10. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, and her duty of marriage shall not be diminished. Mm-hmm. Shall he not diminish? Mm-hmm. Verse 11. And if he do not these three unto her, then shall she go out free without money.
All right, go ahead.
Verse 12. He that smiteth a man.
Well, you might have to skip up. Is it above that one? Where he can't, the son of the woman he prefers cannot now be his heir. Where you at? I'm gonna catch up with you. Exodus 21 and
Exodus 21 and 10.
10? Okay, hold on. I may have called the wrong one. You know what I'm talking about? Where if a man takes a wife, a man takes a second wife,
Right.
and he hates the first one,
Right.
he can't make the son from the one he likes the heir, just even though you understand, like his first son came from one wife,
right.
His second came from another, but he prefers the second wife. So now he's making the second son the heir instead of the first one. You can't do that. I thought it was right here. I thought it was there, but it's not.
No, I was trying to see it. I don't see it, sir.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hold on. I thought it was right there. God damn. Right, you cannot do it in a situation like that. Right, in a situation like that, whenever the brothers find it, just let me know. All right, in a situation like that, that firstborn, he's the heir. All right. Now, there's a situation where it's lawful. You may have a family, right? Whether it's, you got it? Please, where is it?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 21, verse 15.
Okay.
If a man have two wives, one beloved and another hated, and they have borne him children, both the beloved and the hated, and if the firstborn son be hers that was hated, then it shall be when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he had, that he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the hated, which is indeed the firstborn.
You understand? Like he can't switch it because of his preference. Right. No, that's the law there.
Right.
Because of course, in that situation, he'll be switching it because of his hatred for the mother.
Right.
You can't do that. No, you may have sons. Forget the mother in this situation for your question. All right? You may have sons. And you may look at your sons and realize your firstborns are effing idiots. And you have to find some other way that he doesn't get control of everything and pass it on. Now you can pick one who's going to be in charge of whatever. Like this one, he might inherit this, but you ain't the one. It happened a whole ton of times. Usually it's the Lord who does it. It happened with Jacob and Esau. Esau was the firstborn, right, but the birthright went to Jacob.
Right.
It happened with Judah, who was the fourthborn when Reuben fell out of favor. Right. You get the point? And it didn't go from Reuben to who was after Reuben? Hold on. Who's after Reuben? Manasseh, not Manasseh. Reuben. Thou art my firstborn, Simeon and Levi. I believe it's Reuben, Simeon, Levi, then Judah. Right? Yep. It didn't go to Simeon and Levi. You understand? Right. Like that father, Jacob, he looked at his 12 sons and he said, you. That's it. That was from the Lord. Right. Come on.
Sorry, but why did it skip Reuben? I know Simeon and Levi because
I'm just saying it. Okay. Reuben did something evil to his father. The Lord already chose Judah. Jacob went and said, you are the one who the brethren shall praise. That's in Genesis 49. Right? The Lord already did it. He already chose Judah. That's it. Right. He already chose Judah. There's no other way. There's no that's what the Lord wanted. The Lord prefers who he prefers. Right. And that's that. You get the point? Right. But just as for his question, for the brother question who asked the question, the only way it's wrong is when you personally have an issue and now you want to force the river. You want to now change the whole thing, right, because this is personal to you because of your hatred for the mother. Right? That's why he put the law in there. Because why?
Brothers would hate the mother of that child, and then now
it was happening back then. It was happening back then. It's a normal thing to happen everywhere. Right. But if outside of that, once it's outside of that, once this one here, he's a fool. Nah, you're gonna be in charge of my estate. You get the point?
Okay.
Like a father can do something like that. It's lawful. He should get counsel, which is the topic tonight, the main topic tonight, about seeking counsel with everything, especially in this time. We're in a very murky, cloudy time in the earth. Okay. It's so murky, it's cloudy. It's like you're waking up in the morning and you're rubbing your eyes. You're trying to get this thing that look like pus. I don't know what the hell you all call it. You all call it up here.
Cold eye boogers.
Eye boogers. That whole shit. Sometimes it frosts your eyes shut. Shit, you know what I mean? Shit is rough. And that's the time we living in where shit is just, you can't really tell. You don't know what the hell to do. It's like blinders in everybody's eyes. Because this is a very busy time in the spirit. For everybody, but specifically if you're the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right.
It's like absolutely just, just things just happen and it's like, what the hell is going on? You get the point? Which is why entertainment is so pushed on us and so elevated amongst our people, because the time is so cloudy. You would now, because of confusion and because of the astonishment, you would now unplug from everything and just seek to be entertained.
Right.
You just want to seek to be entertained when that is the beginning of death. It's the beginning of it because you're not gaining any wisdom. There's nothing wrong with entertainment and having fun, but there should be a more emphasis on seeking wisdom in this time from everybody. Like now, especially like with that Olympics thing, everybody talking about the girl with the weed, but we forgetting they're killing brothers.
Right.
We forgetting what they're doing. You get the point? Like the weed is one thing to, boycott whatever, but really this thing had to be, like everybody should be way more conscious. I ain't going to say that, but way more aware and feeling a certain sort of attachment and responsibility to their nation. You get the point, but you're not having that now. You don't have it, and it's a sad thing for now. So for the brother's question, in a situation like that, you can make those changes. Like I said, the Lord did it with Jacob and Esau. He did it with Ishmael and Isaac. He did it with Judah and the 12 sons. Who else? Where else did he do it? He did it in the Apocrypha with Mattathias. Judas was not the firstborn. Simon was. I think it's Simon. That was his name. The oldest son. Check it for me real quick.
In First Maccabees?
Yeah.
Is Judas was next? Oh no, but
Judas was not the firstborn.
He was not.
He was not the oldest son. Okay. It was Mattathias. Then there was another one who the Lord said, who Mattathias said, Judas will be your captain. Right. He's the one who's going to lead the army. But this brother here is the one you're going to go to for wisdom. This is the older one. He said it right there. I can find it for you if you don't get it. Right, I think First Maccabees is where the whole thing with Mattathias is, right? This is just after Mattathias died. All right, chapter 2, verse 1.
Yeah, sir. It's he had 5 sons.
Yeah, please. Read stuff for me, all right?
Sir. First Maccabees, chapter 2, verse 1. In those days arose Mattathias, the son of John, the son of Simeon, a priest of the sons of Jorim, from Jerusalem, and dwelt in Modin. Verse 2. And he had 5 sons, Joannan, called Cades, Simon, called Thasi, Judas, who was called Maccabeus, Eleazar, called Abiram, and Jonathan, whose surname was Athos.
Right, so they give you what would be the Hebrew name and the Greek name. Right. Now, when Mattathias died, he said something just before he died. It might be right then in chapter 2. Skip down to verse 64.
Come on, sir. Verse 64. Wherefore, ye my sons, be valiant and show yourselves men in the behalf of the law. For by it shall ye obtain glory.
Right, which is so heavy because once again, this is why the world does not respect the Most High Christ. Right. Like without a people, their culture and their God is dead to the world.
Right.
You understand? Without the people to actually do it, that power to the world. I'm not saying the Lord is dead.
Right.
I'm saying to the world, it's like this. what would be the evidence that he exists?
Right.
His people.
Come
You get the point? Without that people there to do it, that's why he implored his sons, be zealous on behalf of the law.
Right.
Like, now you're going to have to live this thing out and carry it so that our tradition don't die, our culture don't die. You get the point? Because they're under threat. Go ahead.
Verse 65. And behold, I know that your brother Simon is a man of counsel. Give ear unto him always. He shall be a father unto you.
He shall be what?
A father unto you.
No, Simon wasn't even the first. The first born was the other brother. What is it? Not Joel. It's like Joanna. Cadiz. He was the first born. Simon was second. Judas was third.
Right.
But he says Simon is a man of wisdom. He's going to be like a father unto you.
Right.
You understand? He's going to be like a father unto you. Right? Read it again.
And behold, I know that your brother Simon is a man of counsel. Give ear unto him always. He shall be a father unto you.
Right, he shall be a father unto you. Go ahead.
As for Judas Maccabeus, he hath been mighty and strong, even from his youth up. Let him be your captain and fight the battle of the people.
You understand? So this is him laying out the plot because he getting ready to leave. He getting ready to give up the ghost.
Right.
So he says, Simon, he a man of wisdom. Let him be like a father unto you. Meaning the authority don't come from him.
Right.
At the same time, Judas been mighty and strong from his youth. And this brother here built for war. He have the mind for war.
Right.
Let him lead you. That's what he said, right?
He said, yeah, let him be your captain.
Let him be your captain. Meaning let him. Meaning allow it. I know you're all over him in Iran, and the other brothers.
Right.
But get this man his room to do what he had to do.
Right.
You get the point? That's the role of a father, to make certain decisions, because he knows his children.
Right.
He's seen them from the first step. He knows what one will cry for and what one will not cry for.
Right.
He knows what this one will not recover from. And he knows what this one could take, and he's going to push through.
Right.
Like fathers, which is why it's so important to have fathers in the household. Because men, we are not like women. Women are way more sensual than we are, so they respond different to certain things. A father would say, what? Let him cry.
Right.
Let her cry. So what? She gonna get tired of crying.
Right.
And then come talk to me. You finished crying now? Yes. You good? Okay, what you was crying for? I don't know. Okay, well, there's no reason to. And he will start putting it like that. A mother, what?
Go pick him up and it's okay.
You don't see them crying?
Right.
She can't take it because her nature is to soothe and be nurturing to this kid.
Right.
The father is about, this person is going to be an adult sometime.
Right.
And I need to instill this. Why? Why do I need to instill certain principles in this child?
Because they got to be raised up. You got to train up a child.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, what's not without death young? Every child grows into an adult.
Right.
Why is it important for a father to make sure this person is trained for when they become an adult?
So either when he's gone or when they're adult, make their own decisions. They know how to make the right decisions on their own.
That's one way. And you're right. That's really the answer. But there's a way to put it that would really put the emphasis, and it's kind of not there because as a people, we don't have that male element in the house. Right. A man is only concerned with one thing throughout his whole life. What is that?
Safety.
Yes. That's when you walk outside. When you leave your house in the morning, what do? You just walk straight to the car? So every brother, you walk out the door, you look around.
Yeah.
You check it out. You down there marking your the parking lots. If you live in an apartment building or on the street, you know who car parked where. Right. Who car says, I ain't never seen this car before.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's how your mind is, because you're built for war. You're built to defend and protect.
Right.
Every father knows one day you're not going to be there to protect this baby.
Right.
So I need this baby to make sure they know how to eventually protect themselves when they're a certain age. Okay. Or make decisions, as Kamai was saying, that would protect themselves. You get the point?
Okay.
So a father's job, his role is different, his mind is different when you compare it to a woman's mind. who her mind is to nurture. She gonna make sure this thing grow.
Right.
But how it grows, it depends on the father.
Right.
How it grows depends on the father.
Right.
It's gonna grow, but what you get at the end, it depends on that man, because he has the force and the will to shape it.
Right.
You understand? A woman, she'll stop because of adversity, because of the pain, because of, it's too hard. You hear sisters say it all the time. If it's supposed to be like this, why is it so hard? Right. A man will be this hard, but it's not going to last forever. Put your shoulder to the wheel and push. Right. That's a man. That's how he is. That's his mindset. Right. This is not going to be like this forever. Yes, it's hard, but to do nothing is also hard. Right. So guess what? We're going to make some progress. We're going to do something. You get the point? We're going to do something. All right? Right. So you get the point. Yeah, that's an answer right there, all right? So, of course, the Lord can do it, but what you want to do, every father, if you're in that position, just get counsel. Call and get counsel. You know what I mean? Look how I do not say that. Put a couple bottles on that step back there. Bottles of water. All right. All right. So you get the point. I would say just get counsel as in anything. It's life. It's it's the truth. It's it happens anywhere. It's taking a professional approach versus a sentimental approach. You never ever want to take a sentimental approach to anything, because it clouds your judgment as a man. You know what I mean? Sentimentality it goes down that route of being emotional. Right. And sometimes that emotion can hinder you. You get the point? Now you could feel sentimental about something, but don't make a decision based on your sentimentality. You know what I mean? Like you want to get counsel. You want to put it on the board. Listen, man, I feel for this thing right here. This car, I had this car for my father had this car. But it shouldn't leak oil in 2 blocks. Right. So you want to get some counsel on the shit. You know what I mean? Like as in anything. So just like in anything, you have a company, you may have employees who there, and then you have an employee who come in, but this employee is the one to take the company further. It's gonna ruffle feathers, it's gonna do whatever, but you're gonna have to find a way to give this one the room you need to run. Right. Or else you'll have no company. You'll have none. And that's what happened with the 12 tribes, the tribe of Judah. That's what happened here with Matthias. That first son, I didn't think we read about him after. What's his name? Like, I can't even remember everybody knows Judas. Yeah. Nobody ain't no Simon. Nobody don't talk about Simon, but what's the first one named? Johanan. I don't even remember ever reading about him after. You get the point?
Right. After Judas, it was Jonathan.
Exactly. You get the point? So it's just that's sometimes how it goes. This is just sometimes how the thing goes, and that's that. You get the point? Is the Lord is gonna choose who he chooses, and once he chooses, somehow a man is gonna come and handle the situation. It happened with Saul and David. David wasn't even the lowest in the military. He was a boy. You get the point? Right. But David had to be the one to push Israel ahead, or else we'd have all been Philistines. Right. You get the point? We'd have all been Philistines. If David didn't step in there, and he got the room to step in there and handle whatever, and that was how he was able to get the throne. But it was already decided that Judah would be the family that the kings would come from. And that moment it was cemented that there would be no king outside the house of David. Right. You understand? And there are other Judites, but nobody else could sit on that throne. Right. You get the point? It has to come from David's line. You understand? Not from any other Judite's line. Like the Lord he's very specific in how he handles things. And it's always one. It's always this one here is, I'm choosing this. I'm choosing this. I'm choosing this. I'm choosing this one. This is the one. This is the one. It's always that. It's always that From Judah, you have David. From David, you have Yahushua. You get the point? It always narrows all the way down to one, and that's your right as having authority.
Right.
You get the point? So a father can do it. The reason he does it is really what matters.
Okay.
That's what matters. And of course, being in this world, get counsel.
Right.
Get counsel.
Okay.
Counsel might be just wait and see. Just wait. You got 2 sons, they're running and rocking and rolling. Wait. The Lord won't reveal to you which one. But if you try to take away the inheritance because his mother is a monster, you shouldn't do that.
Okay.
You get the point? That's something you shouldn't do.
Right.
All right. Any more?
That's it, sir. We got nothing online right now, sir.
1 second. Lord. It's a lot here, right?
Okay.
Bear with me one. Okay, no sir. Okay, so give me so once again, because of how things are in the world, right?
Okay.
This is the time here where give me the sun and the moon shall be darkened.
Okay.
All right. Give me Joel 3:15. I'll take Matthew 24:29. All right, give me Joel 3:15.
Okay.
Matthew 24:29.
Okay. I got Matthew, sir.
That'll work.
Okay. Matthew chapter 24, verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light.
Right. Matthew 24 is usually what? What is Matthew 24 about?
Christ describing the end of times.
The end of the times, the end of the world we know it as today.
Right.
And in them times, there's going to be a ton of tribulation. There's going to be a ton of tough times.
Right.
There's going to be a ton of rough times. And it says what? Read it again.
Come. Matthew chapter 24, verse 29. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken.
Right? That's the time we're in right now. When you read a few verses up, it tell you about the false Christ, the false preachers who will come to deceive the very elect. You get that's the time we're in right now.
Right.
You understand? And this year, anybody knows what the sun shall be darkened and the moon shall not give her light is? Go ahead.
If I may, sir, the sun and moon represent wisdom and knowledge.
Right.
And it's saying in this time period, there will be no wisdom and knowledge outside of from who the Lord gave it to the prophets.
That's it. You're not going to have it pervasive through the earth.
Right.
And you've seen all these stars falling from heaven. You know what that is?
Counsel.
All these movie stars, all these, rich and famous people, they're falling from their place of heaven.
Right.
You get the point?
Okay.
That Bill Cosby, all that shit is in the Bible.
Right.
You get the point? That Chicago Richardson, that could be considered the stars falling from heaven.
Okay.
At one time, they said they're going to let her run the relays. Now, she out.
Right.
They said they're not even picking her on the team because, of course, these Christians are so upstanding with their child molestation
Right.
and the orgy fest that happened in the Olympics. Who dares want to run with a pothead?
Right.
You get the point? That's how Christian they are. Nigga, just let the girl down run. What the hell? She's gonna do her band and get up in there.
Right.
But this is the time we're in, where wisdom and understanding, you're not going to get it. It's not there.
Right.
And you're gonna have to seek it. You're gonna have to actively seek it, or else you're gonna get caught in the fog. It's gonna be like a foggy morning driving down the Beltway, and you can't see shit. You can't see it. There's no way to get through. You're gonna think you can get through it, but there's no way to get through it. All right. Read 29 one more time.
Come on. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven.
Go ahead.
And the powers of the heavens shall be shaken.
Right, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. What is that talking about?
Oh, it's like the governments. The governments should be shaken. The rulers of the earth.
The rulers of the earth shall be shaken. The powers of heaven.
Right.
Right? The powers of heaven, because of course there's a heavenly state on the earth. And the rulers there, they're going to get shaken.
Right.
It's going to be a shake-up of everything. All the capital riots, Trump losing, Trump and Pence splitting publicly. That thing that just happened to Moisey down there, that's the powers of heaven being shaken.
Right.
You get the point? You leader of a whole damn country, somebody come in there and kill you like you was an average Joe.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
I have a question. It's on the same subject, but I don't want to throw it off. It's about when Christ return. It say when he come, our body should change in a blink of an eye. I don't want to take that like over exaggerate with it. I just wanted to get like a proper understanding on that.
Pull it for me, all right? That's the one you want to pull, I believe, Thessalonians, or
Yeah, that's what
I think it's Thessalonians, where the dead shall rise first. Yeah, let's pull it for me, all right? Slack, you was gonna say something? Come on. Okay, no sweat. Keep reading. Wait, you was at.
Verse 30, sir.
Yeah.
Verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
And what you see now in the news? What's happening now in the news? Who paying attention?
So like I know recently they just confirmed that UFOs exist.
That's it.
Concert.
I mean, I never thought I'd see the time where they acknowledge the shit.
Concert.
You know what I mean?
Concert.
And acknowledge the fact that this is not one of our aircrafts. Because before they wouldn't, because that used to be their aircrafts that they was trying to make to fight the Lord's aircraft.
Right.
But they're saying these things they're seeing is undeniable.
Right.
With social media and all these phones, they can't cover it up like before when it was a picture from somebody in Albuquerque that they could just get to. Now it's so instant now. You see something recorded, they posted it, shares all over.
Right.
Now it's just like these things, they're not ours. They don't turn like us. The physics behind it is not of this world.
Right.
You know, the wisdom that they see and they don't know what it is. This is the scripture right here. Read again.
Sir. Verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn.
Right, that's what's going on. There's a ton of mourning. Then shall appear the signs. It's just these are just signs.
Right.
This ain't the invasion. These are just signs of it happening in heaven. You get the point? Both the physical heaven and of course the conditional heaven.
Right.
Now you look at what's going on now in the conditional heaven. Look at how much all of them big stars get named in all this pedophilia scandals. You get the point? I just read the other day, the little girl from Smallville, the little white girl. You remember Smallville?
Yeah, sir.
She gets sentenced. I'm like, what? Child, she just gets some years. The same day, the same week, because we get released like the next day or that same morning, she gets sentenced. She gets some years for conspiracy in child pedophilia, pornography, something. And her name was up there when they first started making these charges against these superstars. I noticed that Ellen DeGeneres, she had hosted a show in about 1.5 years.
I was just about to say that. I'm about to say with Jeffrey Epstein, like they saying there's numbers of famous people that's behind that. Of course, the woman that was with him, that was assistant bringing in 6-year-old, 7-year-old, and old, and you know that. And then you had people who are involved, like Ellen DeGeneres and people just getting locked up. I'm waiting for everything to come out because that case is not even over yet. Well, I don't even think they started it. I don't think.
Not his own. I think it's whose own they was doing. Weinstein is the one who committed suicide, right?
Right, Epstein.
Epstein is the one who committed suicide.
And it's a lady that's with him. That's who the lady that was.
Weinstein got some years.
Yeah, COUNSEL.
I think Weinstein got like 20 years or some shit like that.
They put him away.
Yeah.
So they saying that they think he better get out though.
That's okay. They're releasing Cosby is for everybody. Is the icing on is the I don't know. It's the sugar in the buckles. That's what they do. So it's now acceptable because of course if anybody make noise for who's this Epstein? Weinstein. For Weinstein getting out, where you all let Bill Cosby out.
Right.
So what do you have?
Right.
So like I was gonna say, I actually think they're doing that to make black people go back to sleep because they gave us Juneteenth. They might do that Bill Cosby. So now we're just gonna go right back down to sleep again.
Well, the Lord can make everything up. The Lord is he gonna handle that shit.
Yeah.
I mean I'm just sitting back and waiting right now, sipping on my yeah. Cheers.
Right.
You get the point? I ain't sweating nothing. Don't fight nothing. Don't bother nothing.
Right.
Just watch the show because the show is going on.
Right.
Ooh, take your time. Ooh, Kimosabi. Oh, Kimosabi. Watch out the edge of that step there. That's the only thing I fear with babies are corners.
Yeah.
Corners is a horrible thing with kids. You get the point? Good. Go ahead.
It's like if I may, sir, what you brought up about the UFOs, I was listening to a talk radio and an Air Force pilot was saying how the government was shocked that they put this information out and the public is not up in a frenzy, like a panic.
Why? Why would we panic when Juvenile just make a song, get that vaccine?
Right, get the vaccine.
Why would we panic? Well, that's what I'm saying. We're such in a state now of entertainment because the world is going to hell in a handbasket.
Right.
But we don't know why. We don't understand why this is happening.
Right.
How is this happening? What the hell is going on? We don't know it. And because we ain't seeking to find out why, everything is just, okay, UFOs, no sweat.
Right.
And
you know what I mean? Go ahead.
And things like UFOs or just other topics like just trying to wake Israel up. A lot of them be scared or they know about it and be quiet, and then once you just stop talking about it and then go to themselves.
So they could continue.
Because like if I go around my father or something like that, there's brothers that want to see me see my Facebook, so they talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I notice like my family or other people who are around, they'll like try to like distract the brother that's trying to talk to me, or they quiet, or they try to make little jokes, or like they separate because they don't want to.
They don't want to hear it.
They want to hear it.
Listen,
they want to watch TikTok.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Listen, every time that happens,
right,
as you talking, just look, and you know who is about to interrupt you. Because their head gonna be down, or they're gonna look somewhere else, and they're gonna be quiet. And all of a sudden, so what does that really mean?
Right.
They'll come because really they think they're thinking, but their head down because Satan talking to them here. What the hell that nigga really talking about? Man, F him, man. Ask him this. So what you really saying? So that's really what it is. Because Satan don't want that thing to get anyway. Right. Get the point? That's how that thing really goes.
Right.
So now, as you see in these things happening, our people we absolutely lost in the source right now.
Right.
Totally lost in the source. I mean, and the Lord is he's showing a whole lot of shit all at once in the world.
Yeah,
and now is the time not to be, now is the time to be vigilant. Now is not the time to be passive in seeking wisdom. Now is not the time to just, think things is going to fall into place, because it's not.
Right. Because
the world is in chaos because, of course, Satan is running the world, and our enemy, our oppressor, who is the white man, he is very purposeful in what he's doing.
Right.
Your job has to be as purposeful, as vigilant. You get the point? What's the last verse you read?
Verse 30, sir.
Read it one more time.
Matthew chapter 24, verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. Mm-hmm. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
Right? So that's what's going on now. I'm just painting the picture. This is as you see it. This thing flashes. Thing flashes of shit happening all at once. The Christian preachers, the false prophets, deceiving the world, the fall of the stars, not war in heaven, but the people in the heavens, the powers of heaven being removed. See, they murdered that president. Just think in the time of COVID, he ain't died. Right. Earthquakes, he ain't died. Storms, somebody just walk into his house and blow his brains up. Right. It's a time that we're living in now. Earthquakes, all these things happening, and I don't know if people is really asking why. And more so, I better start to look to my own affairs. I better start to look to see what's going on, because at any time the plug could be pulled on this place, right, and it's going to be total, utter chaos. It's absolute, utter chaos out there, because there's no plan for anything. There's no preparation, right? As a people, we're living, just living, and not living as in being purposeful with a plan. You get your point? Right. You had something?
Oh, sorry, I was holding the scripture that you
yeah, go ahead. Let me hear it quick.
It's 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 51. Behold, I shew you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed in a moment, in the twinkle of an eye, at the last trump. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed.
And you want to know what the change is?
Because it said the twinkle of an eye.
Mm-hmm. No sweat. You got your hand up?
It's like if I may try to guess with the twinkle of an eye.
Go ahead. That's not his question, but go ahead.
The changing of the twinkle of an eye is everybody realizing the truth at one time.
La, because that's going on right now. If that was it, well, why are we doing this now? We should be all getting high, because in the twinkling of an eye, we'll all be like, should put the blood down. Yeah. Should stop effing these horses. Right. That's what we're doing now. Right. And realizing the truth is not the twinkling of an eye. Realizing the truth is is being born again. You ever seen a baby being born? Is it in the twinkling of an eye? Could you blink and then the baby come out? The shortest birth, even the shortest one, takes time. Right? You coming into the truth or realizing the truth is like a child being born. Man had to plant the seed. And that seed had to be able to be nurtured and grow. That's why Christ had the metaphor of the different seed, the power of the sower, with some fall on good ground, right, some fall on stony ground, some fall on good ground where the weeds stifle it out. Right. That's your transformation in the truth. It takes time. It's an ongoing thing. This year is literally talking about your physical body being changed. This is literally talking about that. Now, you're not going to turn into Hercules, right, but you're going to be the best physical version of yourself. Right. Even if you are alive today and you don't have no afflictions, like you ain't diabetic, or you ain't got no cancer, you ain't got no sickle cell, whatever is common for black people. Our bodies are not what it would be because of the conditions we live in, the food we eat, the mental stresses we're under. Right. The body you're going to get there, as I read the scripture again towards the end.
Come on. In the moment of a twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trump shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed.
That's it?
It's more. For this corruptible must be put on incorruption, and this mortal must be on immortality. Right?
The body you're going to get is not going to be corrupted. Right. You understand? It's not going to be weak and susceptible to the things that how we are now. Right. You're going to have the best body. Imagine, just think most people have trouble with their eyes. You ain't going to have all that shit no more. You're going to be free and clear to think. You know what it's like? This is an example of what it's like. Picture somebody who was a drug addict, and then picture somebody who is not. I'm going to give you a good example everybody know about. Gucci Mane, he get cloned, right? No, he just stopped getting high. That's all. He just went and detoxed and threw up in that cell and suffered and sweated and felt that whole urge to get high. And then one day he didn't feel it no more. And he had all this energy because he had high no more, so he could do push-ups. And he could run, he could lose weight, and he could get excited. And everything, you see how he changed? His body changed. And you look at him like, that ain't, what's the Yellow Man? What's the song? Yellow Man?
Lemonade.
That ain't Lemonade Man. Look at that. That ain't Gucci. That's a clone. Why? Because his body changed. Because he ain't getting high no more. That's it. It's just think like that. Think like the most perfect version of your body that just escape all the rust and death that comes with the curses of living in the captivity. Now you don't have that. Now it's you. But damn, nigga, you ain't looking like you. You see they put the two pictures together with Gucci Man. They had a big cold here, and the other one, he's smiling, looking like he up. It's the same nigga. He ain't getting high no more. That's all. Ain't no lean, ain't no molly. He ain't doing the excess partying. He ain't having sex with a whole ton of whores. That alone could destroy everything on you. You get the point? He ain't doing the things he was doing no more. I ain't saying he righteous now, but I'm giving you an example of how this shit could happen. It's just, you know how to go to prison, it's going to happen. Get the point? Come on.
Because the reason why I asked this question, because I thought about when Christ ascended into heaven, he ascended with the same person in his body, and the cut. And I thought,
but he had a new body. He had a new body. You get the point? He was, and that's why he told the brother, "Don't touch me, because I haven't gone to see my father yet." Why don't touch me? Because you niggas cursed, and this body I have is the new body. You understand? I'm going to a place now where I can't carry all these goddamn spiritual germs you all got. I didn't mean to make it sound Christian, but that's why he said don't touch me. I haven't gone to see my father yet. But you see the wounds. But you can't touch me. You get me? You can't do it. Because where I'm going, that place don't have this shit that's happening down here. You get the point? You're gonna get a new body. You're gonna get the best body you could. You get the point? You're gonna get that best version of you, who you supposed to be. You understand? Don't think we're gonna all be from planet Krypton flying. Don't think that. Just think without America. Just that's it. Come on.
If I could, if you pay attention to, I sometimes I see sisters who, in the hood it's tough. When you're in the trenches it's tough. There's a lot of people that grow up fast. A lot of young kids that grow up fast.
You being kind.
And they look, and they look older. Like they might start smoking cigarettes at 12. You'll see a girl that's 20, but you would have thought she's 30 or 40. Not 40, but 30, like way older than what she thought he or she was, because of the stress. A lot of stress too. Stress that's going on in the streets that when you're in that lifestyle. So that stress, smoking early, having sex with this person, that person, going to jail back and forth, being arrested. By the time you're 21, you've been arrested like 9 times.
You look like you're 40.
You look old as hell with all that stress.
Exactly. It's damn is that. But like how that is a process, this situation here, in that time, you're gonna be changed. You're gonna be changed. The dead who died in Christ, they're gonna rise first, they're gonna also be changed. You get the point? That's the body you're gonna get. In 29, short space of a time. Short space of a time, that's what's gonna happen. And that's that. Alright? What's up, buddy?
You got a question online, sir?
Go ahead.
Judah Samuel said, "Where does it say from the Creator, the Son of Man is coming in the clouds?"
Acts. What's his name again?
Judah Samuel.
Judah Samuel. Read the question one more time.
He said, "Where does it say from the Creator, the Son of Man is coming in the clouds?"
All right, I'm gonna say it right now. He doesn't really want to know the answer.
No, it sounds sarcastic.
Yeah, he doesn't really want to know the answer. That's why he said, "Where does it say from the Creator?" Right. He didn't say what scripture. It says Christ is coming in the clouds, which lets me know this is one of them Jewish thought. brothers who's simple and stupid as hell.
Right.
That because he doesn't believe the Bible is from the Creator.
Right.
He believes, quote unquote, the Old Testament is from the Creator, and everything else is that he doesn't believe that. That's why he's asking, where does it say from the Creator? Because when I give him the scripture in the New Testament, he's going to say, well, that's from Paul or whoever. That's not from the Creator, so and so and so. So just give me Acts first. Give me Acts as he was ascending. Now let me get that one first. All right. Then we go get some more. Right? What's it in Judah what?
Judah Samuel.
Judah Samuel. You could come and get some wisdom too, You could come and get counsel right up in here and free yourself from that simple demon that's on you.
Right.
You could get that counsel too. Now it's dark time. Now it's real dark times.
Right.
Right? The sun gonna be blotted out and the moon. Wisdom and knowledge is gonna be darkened in the earth.
Right.
You get the point? It's gonna be darkened in the earth. You got it for me?
Sir.
Go ahead.
Acts chapter 1, verse 8. But ye shall receive power. After that, the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth. Verse 9. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up.
Acts what?
Acts 1 and 9.
1 and 9. That's what you want, all right? Go ahead.
And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight.
Right? While he was saying these things,
he said from the prophets. Question mark.
Of course, that's what he mean. That's exactly what he mean. Anyway, you're getting the answer from a prophet right now, nigga.
Right.
That's how you know I could see in your dumb head.
Right.
I already see your question, the sly ass question you're coming with. You're getting the answer from the prophets that the Creator said Christ is going to come back from clouds. Read.
And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel, which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Jesus, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come.
Read it again from the top. From verse 9.
Verse 9. And when he had spoken these things, while they beheld, he was taken up.
Right. As he's talking to his disciples and telling them that they're going to go out and teach and they're going to get power, he was taken up into a cloud. Right? He was taken up into a cloud. It happened to brothers in the past.
Right.
Go ahead.
And a cloud received him out of their sight.
Right. And that cloud, of course, you know from your precepts is what? It's chariots of the Lord.
Right.
Same thing with the so-called oppressor is identifying now as UFOs. Right. It's the chariots of the Lord. One came and pulled them straight up.
Right.
All right, go ahead.
Verse 10. And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel.
Right. And as they're looking at him going up, 2 men, I believe this probably was 2 angels, I ain't too sure. But 2 men standing right there, looking at them like, and they're like this. They're looking at him like, what are you so amazed about? Keep reading.
Which also said, Ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven?
Right, he said, listen, why are you gazing up into heaven? Why are you so amazed at this thing?
This same Jesus, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as
go ahead.
As ye have seen him go into heaven.
Right, this same Yahushua, your king, who you saw going up, he is going to return in likewise manner. Right. The same way he went, that's how he's going to come back. Right. With clouds. With a cloud coming right back, which is what? The chariots of the Lord. That's right. All right? Tell me what he says from there. This thing never gets old.
He says, Acts is from the royal Piso family, not the creator.
What did I say? Do I know this nigga? I don't know him. I never saw him before. I listen, you can check my phone. Nobody in my phone is Judah anything. Right. But I didn't even look at the damn video. Right. But I already know this fool. Listen, didn't I not spell out what he was going to say before he said? No, doesn't that make me a prophet in any definition? Well, nigga, you got your answer from a prophet.
Right.
What else do you want?
Right.
I don't care what family you say. You asked a man who don't know you a question, and I just said what you was about to say.
Right.
And then you said it.
Right.
Then I'm a prophet, and I'm telling you, Christ is coming back from the sky.
That's right.
That's the answer, nigga.
Right.
Dummy. Salaki. Go ahead.
I got the precept for that when they pull it.
I mean, I'm gonna let the young boy have it. Go ahead. Let the young men play. That's what the scripture said.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 7.
But listen, if he ain't taking Acts, he ain't gonna take Revelation. You understand? Listen, I got the whole thing for. Don't even worry about it. I'm trying. Listen. Understand Satan. Tonight, I'm trying to get everybody in here who in here shut on my voice to look in and focus in and hunker down and realize that everything is a effing distraction.
Right.
Everything is a distraction. Right. Even Judah, what's his name? Judas Samuel. That's who he is now. He's Judas. You shouldn't be called Judah. I'm gonna call you the Greek name, the famous Greek name, because you're Judas.
Right.
You want to come with this argument now, and I'm trying to give my people clairvoyance. You know what clairvoyance is? Able to see through mud. Right. Able to see through mud and wipe the slate clean and focus in so that we could get to hell up out of this goddamn hell, man. Right. That is a goddamn destruction. I don't give a goddamn what he got to say right now. Right. He asked a question, and he said he wants to hear from the prophets. Right. A man who don't know you just told you what the hell is in your head. Right. Which would make, I just told the future, that prophesied right here. And then you said what I said, and you say you want to hear from the prophet. Nigga, I am a prophet, learned under command of YAHANNA, the Israelite school of I.S.U.P.K. That's right. Christ is coming back from the sky, dummy. That's right. Look up. You want some advice? Don't eat yellow snow and look up. Dumbass. So at the end of the class, I'm gonna give everybody a couple more precepts about this. About the same question, but I want him to leave so he gets no wisdom and knowledge here. Stay in the dark, nigga. Right. Stay in the dark with the roaches and the rats. Right. All right. Good. Give me Exodus 18 and 19. As you go through your daily lives, you'll keep in mind, stay focused. Everything is a distraction. Right. Everything. I don't care what it is. Every single thing, brother. I mean, it could be from your children. It could be from your brother, your rib. Everything. You. Right. It could be you. You is just a goddamn distraction to you. Everything is a distraction and just cloudy and muddying up the waters and murky in it. Because where there's confusion and chaos, that's where Satan lives. Right. Satan lives. Why? What's the precept for that? How do I know Satan lives in confusion and chaos?
The Most High is not the author of confusion. 1
Corinthians 14 or 34 or something like that. The Lord is not the author of confusion. Right. He doesn't. If things is confusing, just understand Satan. Right. The Lord is not the author of confusion. He called you to peace, not chaos. So now, if these things are happening and you're seeing it, you have to understand that one, you're being attacked, or you're being tested. Either way, however you like to look at it. I prefer attack because now I know I have to get on attack. I have to get on offense. Right. You understand? I don't have to get defensive. I'm getting offensive now. And now you're going to have to attack your issue. You're going to have to attack your problem. Right. You understand? You're going to have to attack whatever is in front of you. You have to attack the distraction. And attacking the distraction might just be stepping over it. I'm not dealing with that thing because this is the distraction. However, you will not know if you need to run into this thing head on or just ignore the hell out of that thing and move over here. You will not know it because you're in it. Right. You're in it. It's like you in the battlefield in the damn foxhole and bullets flying and somebody telling you go this way. And he's like, nah, bullets flying, I need to shoot here. You don't know what you have to do. And this is why you have to stay focused and get counsel and seek wisdom. All right, give me Exodus 18 and 19. Let's start with that one, please.
Exodus chapter 18, verse 19. Hearken now unto my voice. I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee.
Read one more time.
Exodus chapter 18, verse 19. Hearken now unto my voice. I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee. Be thou for the people to Godward, that thou mayest.
Don't read the whole thing. I'll break it down, right? Read it again.
Exodus chapter 18, verse 19. Hearken now unto my voice. I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee.
Right? Hearken now unto the voice of the Lord. The Lord gonna give you counsel, and the Lord will be with you. You're gonna have to first off be what? Ready to listen. You have to be ready to listen, which the Christian church doesn't teach you that.
Right.
Christianity doesn't teach you. You have to go seek counsel from the Lord. The Christian church tells you what? You and the Lord have a personal relationship. So whatever you feel, God is talking to you. Right. God is not talking to you. The Lord don't know you. He don't know me. Who does he know?
Oh, I'm Salakia. I'm trying to think. Israel. So like you talking about Christ, right?
Okay. Who does Christ know?
Oh, his father.
And who does his father know?
His son and his people. So,
no, I hear you.
The prophets been in the room.
So he know all of them? So who does he know? Hold on. Who does he know?
Those who follow.
You ready?
So is it the leader, like the commander?
He knows commander in YAHANNA.
Right.
oh, Salakia.
You understand? What's the precept? Bro, you want to hit that light right there, please. So, what's the precept? Are you proving?
Would you go to the Lord spoke to Moses?
That's it, exactly. Exodus 4. Exodus 4 and 16.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 16.
Still up here. Kagar, you take that one. No, who was reading the one before? Kagar, you take that one, all right?
Exodus chapter 4, verse 16.
Please.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 16. And he shall be thy spokesman to the people, and he shall be, even he shall be to thee instead of a mouth, and thou shalt be to him instead of God.
Right? This is the Lord talking to Moses after Moses said, I cannot go speak to the people because Moses had a speech impediment.
Right.
And that took away his confidence to speak to the people directly. He didn't think he could speak to them. It doesn't specify what it was, but I'll give you an example. Just think like somebody who stammers, who may not be able to speak fluidly, right, in front of a crowd. Think something like that. It doesn't specify, but Moses thought he could not speak. And the Lord had to check him and say, didn't I make the mouth? If I'm giving you a job to do, which it means you can do it, despite what's in your silly head.
Right.
You get the point? So then the Lord realized what's going on with Moses. He said, ain't no sweat. And Aaron is your brother, and he a solid brother. Take him. And read it again.
Come on. And he shall be thy spokesman unto the people.
Right? Aaron is going to be your spokesman to the people.
Right.
Meaning, Aaron is going to talk to everybody. He's going to be the one giving everybody the direction. Go ahead.
And he shall be, even he shall be to thee instead of a mouth.
Right? Even he shall be to you instead of a mouth. Go ahead.
And thou shalt be to him instead of God.
All right. Barak, break that down. He will be to you instead of a mouth, and thou shalt be to him instead of God. Now, it doesn't say a God, right? Instead of God. Instead of God.
I don't mean to be long-winded with it, but like I done heard before the UPK, like when we talk, it's almost like we want to speak as a commander. I talk like every brother, like we're the mouth of God, pretty much on earth.
So here, he's talking about Moses and Aaron, right? He's saying Aaron is going to be to Moses as what?
Oh, it's like it. He shall be instead of a mouth.
Come on, what are we looking at this for? What? Can I have a drink?
It's like
You should see on the camera.
No, I was
No, careful your words. I just break down what is in this fool head on the internet.
Right.
He miles away from me. I see it in his brain. I just gave you a fair warning now.
no,
I'm on one today.
It was two things. It was a daydream and I wanted something.
That's all I got to say.
But I was thinking about something else too.
That's all right. Just, ask and you shall receive. Knock and you shall knock and it shall be open unto you. Ask and you shall receive. Here, take. That's why we have two up here. This one's for me. This one's for all along. What? Now the blood of the wine. The blood of the grapes. So that here. Go ahead.
That's like I was gonna say.
What, you want some too?
Nah.
Oh, so no, everybody had going up. Judah, you get none. Dumbass.
He still talks facts.
Just block this dumbass from the room, man. What does he say? First off?
He said, "What's the call-in number so I can handle you publicly?"
Nigga, come to 7th and H. 7th and H, Northwest DC, 20001. 1 p.m. Saturday, any day. Come handle me publicly, you gay ass. I don't want no man handle me publicly, no way. Right. The only people who handle me publicly is my women and children. Right. With your dumb ass. Come down there. Don't call in, Judah. Come on down. Like Price is Right. Come on down. What is he gonna win? An ass whooping in the spirit. Dumbass. Come, what's the number so I can call in and handle you properly? Nigga, call Kevin Samuels. Since you want to handle niggas publicly. Right. You dumbass. You ain't asking for the number to Derek Chauvin to handle him publicly. Right. You ain't asking for the number to George Zimmerman to go handle him publicly. Right. But little old me, who trying to help my brothers and sisters focus in this dark ass time, you want to come handle me publicly. Nigga, Pride was last month with your gay ass. Just block him. So just block him, man. He banned from this channel forever. All right, so Barack, finish it off, man. Let's move. Time going.
The last thing I gotta say was you was asking it's saying right here, Aaron is what was it? Aaron was speaking for Moses, but that was gonna be my answer. That Aaron was speaking from us. Aaron has the authority to speak for Moses.
And what does Moses have the authority for?
To speak for God.
So what is Moses to Aaron? That's where everybody gets stuck.
I would have
read it again.
Come. And he shall be thy spokesman to the people, and he shall be, even he shall be thee instead of a mouth, and thou shalt be to him instead of God.
I was still like it, but using the word that we used earlier, if I'm correct, if I open it.
It says it right here. Read it one more time. Listen. Go ahead.
Even he shall be to thee instead of a mouth, and thou shalt be to him instead of God.
All right. You just said it. Aaron gonna be Moses' mouth. He gonna be able to speak to the people. What is Moses to Aaron? That's it. Does Aaron know the God? Does Aaron know the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob? No. Aaron don't. Who does Aaron know?
Moses.
That's it. That's it. Who do you know?
So like Christ.
No.
Oh.
Who do you know?
Commander to the army.
No. Who do you know? No. Who do you know?
My captain, the man over.
No.
Because I got mine.
That's it. The Lord just established rank here. If Aaron wants to find something out, who does he go to? Moses. If you want to find something out, who do you go to? Well, that's who you're assigned to on purpose. But it's the rank. Who is next in rank? That brother. That brother. That brother. That brother. Then he. You get the point? The Lord has established something. The Everybody else don't know the Lord. They don't even know Moses.
Right, yeah, God.
The scripture say Moses would walk around with a hoodie on. They couldn't look at his face because of the glory that came off of him. They didn't want to talk to Moses.
Right.
Until they got proud and puffed up. You get the point? Now, with that said, the Lord is establishing something here. He's establishing a chain of command. He's establishing a family. He's establishing brotherhood. He's establishing a system that works. A system that works. If you work the system. If you don't work the system, it's not going to work for you. Right. But it will work for who works the system. Everybody following?
Oh, God.
All right. I know that Porter's Cup. Y'all think this nigga talking something. No. The system works if you work the system. Right. But if you don't work it, it's not going to work for you. But somebody who does is going to work for them. And what would Satan tell you at that point? When it's not working for you, but it's working for somebody else, what would Satan tell you? Come on, Brad.
I was gonna say that Satan would tell you that you can do it yourself.
Okay, you doing it yourself is you not working the system. Okay. Now you want Satan, not you personally, but that person that Satan had that conversation long before. I'm talking about the result of working the system, and somebody who's not working the system, Satan will not tell you what.
You're doing bad.
You doing bad is the result of not working the system.
Right.
What Satan's gonna tell you then, as you start to look around and see what's going on?
You saying the person who is not working the system is more successful than the other person?
No.
Oh, the person
because it's not about successful. This is about something's not working right. Even if you might be successful, you know, man, something ain't right. And then somebody who is working the system, something is going for them. And you sitting there, and he's like, what the hell? What is Satan going to tell you?
The system doesn't work.
Satan's going to tell you this shit is not working. I done did X, Y, Z. What are you going to say?
Oh, I was going to say, do what the other person's doing.
That's what a wise man would do. Now, your answers is because, of course, you in here. I'm giving you how Satan gonna set the playing field and explain to you what you need to do next. Satan is gonna come to you and tell you, I'm doing everything. This shit is not working. Paraphrasing, you can always pull the scripture after the rich man with Christ. He thought he was doing everything right. He said, man, I followed the law from my youth. I do this, I do that, I obey the Lord. What else do I do to be perfect? Christ said, sell your possessions and come follow me. Rich man, he was dumbfounded. He put his head to the floor and walked away, depressed. He couldn't fall into that system that Christ put up. That's just an example of somebody I'm trying to explain that did not go with whatever was laid out. Now, for the sake of what we're going into tonight, the system is very much to do with almost the same relationship with Aaron and Moses. Right. Almost. All right. Where we are with Exodus 18 and 19. Read one more time. Whoever was reading.
Come.
No sweat.
Exodus chapter 4, verse 16.
No, I'm done with that one.
Okay.
18 and 19.
Exodus chapter 18, verse 19. Hearken now unto my voice. Mm-hmm. I will give thee counsel.
All right, so now the Lord is saying, this is for anybody. The Lord is saying, hearken unto my voice. I will give thee counsel. Now, when the Lord is saying this, who is saying it? Who is literally saying it? Need someone? Come on, man. I'm a prophet. I already see what's going on up there. I'm helping you out, man. Y'all be looking at me like can't be tripping. No, brother. I see what's going on. I'm going to war for you. When I'm smooth on a day, I'm rough on a day. It's not personal. I ain't fighting you. I'm fighting that demon that behind you. You and him so close, you think I'm fighting you. But really, it's that demon I'm trying to fight from off of you. Because his brotherhood, you're valuable to me up in here. It's a lot here. Yeah, that's wisdom, right? Wisdom from on high. Yeah.
I'm not fighting you.
be like, well, goddamn, so it's a lot here. Why you say that to me? You needed to hear that. I'll understand later. That's one of the things. All right, so I'm gonna understand this one later. All right. Who was going to answer the question? Come on,
Moses.
Yeah. No. Think about it. You on it, but think about it. Aaron. How does Aaron get what to say to tell the people? From Moses. And Moses gets it from
The Lord.
The Most High. You understand?
Oh, God.
That's how the people hear this. Read it one more time.
Exodus chapter 18, verse 19. Hearken now unto my voice. I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee.
You understand? Hearken now unto my voice. Who is the Lord's voice? Aaron.
Right.
Aaron speaking on behalf of Moses. Moses speaking on behalf of the Lord.
Right.
And he will give thee counsel. How is the people getting counsel? Who they coming to? Aaron. Get the point?
Oh, God.
The people coming to Aaron. Aaron, he gonna now relate back to Moses. Moses gonna relate to the Lord. The Lord gonna give what to do. You get the point? On your time, read Deuteronomy, where Moses told the leaders of Israel, hear the burdens of your people and judge righteously. Do not judge according to do not have a respect of persons. Do not judge according to riches, and have no fear of the face of man, because judgment is from the Lord.
Right.
Meaning, when you go for counsel, Satan is going to tell you all type of shit. Brother, the Bible says that counsel is from the Lord.
Right.
The Bible says that what that man said is from the Lord.
Right.
And it's going to test your faith. It's going to show you where your faith is at. Because sometimes the counsel is, you don't want to do this thing.
Right.
You know, you hear it. You just like, so you're right. You sure? What? But that's the law. That's the Lord's counsel.
Right.
What you want? What do you want? You want everything to be your way? You want all green lights, right? You Christian now. You know what happened this morning? I was driving down North Capital, and I only got green lights. I said, the Lord is with me. Nigga, over a green light, so nobody can tell you no.
Right.
You need green light all the way for your day to be good. Well, you ain't ready for life, because life tells you no.
Right.
Life tells you no at every goddamn turn. Some people, life said no so much they sleep all day because they're tired of hearing no, so they don't even want to get up. Time to get up? No. No. I'm gonna stay right here. You get the point?
Right.
Read it one more time and then keep going.
Exodus 18, verse 19. Hearken now unto my voice. I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee. Be thou for the people to Godward, and thou mayest bring the causes unto God.
Right? Be what?
Be thou for the people to Godward, that thou mayest bring the causes unto God.
What does that mean? If you need to read it again, read it one more time. Nice and low.
Be thou for the people to Godward, that thou mayest bring the causes unto God.
All right. What does that mean? Shapad?
Just as we were just talking about, on to the people, be God to them, because they know you, and so that you can bring it to Moses, who knows God.
The last part is correct. First part isn't. Anybody else? You try it?
Salaki, is it saying be unto the people the Lord? Like hear the people's problems, and the counsel you're gonna give is gonna be the counsel that the Lord will give.
Read it one more time. Read it one more time. Read it one more time.
Come. Be thou for the people to Godward, that thou mayest bring the causes unto God. Be the people, represent the people asking God.
Represent the people what?
Like the people's problems.
Uh-huh.
You're coming back to ask for the people now.
You want it. Go ahead.
Not last. Okay. It's a word God would have thrown me off kind of a little bit, but
Okay,
not.
we'll replace Godward with forward, or backward, or northward, or westward.
And be so basically, I know you go. So you're going out to give, basically giving the people, hearing the people problems or giving them counsel, and then after that, you going to the Most High.
Okay, explain Godward.
To preach the Most High.
Just you all skirting it. You had hit head on the head. Explain Godward. You also keep our monitoring online too, alright, please.
Okay.
Explain Godward.
The law, statutes, and the commandments. Like
Godward. If I say backward, what does that mean?
Heading towards the back.
Be unto the people Godward. Kaga?
I got the definition of God. It say in Christianity and other.
Well, that ain't a good definition.
Okay. I was gonna say it's a direct toward or relating to God.
Yeah. Be of the people Godward.
Right.
Be meaning what? You have to be willing to do the will of the Lord. What does the Lord want? Versus
What do you want?
what do I want?
Right.
Because if I'm for the Lord wants, if I'm for what the Lord wants, I will do what? Read the last line.
Come. That thou mayest bring the causes unto God.
I will bring the causes to the Lord. Because I want to do what the Lord wants.
Right.
Not what I want. Which is the answer to life. The Lord's will is going to be done. We can do the Lord's will the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. But the Lord's will is going to be done.
That's right.
You understand?
Okay.
But you first have to be Godward towards the people. Now, Godward meaning what? Towards the Lord. You try and find out what the Lord wants. How do you do that? You know, you try to find out what the Lord wants. Come on.
Counsel.
Yes, give him a hand. Counsel. Because of course it's something everybody has to learn. You, neither me nor anybody, is wiser than the Lord. Right. General said something heavy, I think it was this radio show, the last one. There's no math to out-calculate the Lord. I'm paraphrasing. You can't, mathematically calculate the Lord. You can't do that. You can't say, well, 1 and 1 is 2. You can't rationalize that.
Right.
You can't do it. What's the main reason you can't do it? You went to go right at the beginning of the class. I'm going to give it to you. It might be a little bit abstract. But the Lord is a man first. And your actions may not make sense to your family yet. But those are your decisions because you are the one who had the authority and you're the one who will go to war.
Right.
You understand? You can't rationalize that. You can't figure that out. Which is why it's important to have a father in the house. Where you don't have to rationalize. He said it. Yo, man, this is what he said he wanted. Why we got to do this? Because he said so. Just do it. How many times he with his siblings and it's like that? Why we got to do this? And the next sibling say, because he said so. Just do this shit.
Right.
He said so. That's it. You get the point? To bring it towards the Lord, to be God's word. To find out what the Lord wants, you're going to get counsel. You get me? Give me Genesis 25 when Rebecca went to inquire of the Lord. Right? And then give me the precept in Samuel 9. I think it's 1 Samuel 9 or 2 Samuel 9 and 9. Yeah.
If I may, what you said earlier was kind of heavy because I remember this.
Kinda. I try harder to God. I'm trying harder. Salaki, brother. I'm trying to fill these big ass shoes up here. Nah, I'm joking.
I might need a cup.
I don't want to like, I ain't being proud of joking. You was in a Judah, ain't you? You know they're dissing me. Judah get blocked. Judah say, that nigga, he kind of him. I'm joking with you. I'm just joking.
I might need a drink for that though. But John 5, understand that scripture, if I can, I'm gonna pull it because it like.
Please, let me hear it.
This is in Christ's words has been read. It's John chapter 5, verse 45, and it say, "Do not think that I will excuse you to the Father. There is one that excuse you, even Moses, in whom ye trust." For
Is it excuse you or excuse you?
It's excuseth you.
Excuse you. Okay, so like,
Even Moses, in whom ye trust. For had ye believed Moses, ye would have believed me for what he wrote of me.
mm-hmm.
But if ye believe not his writing, how shall ye believe my words?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, break it down. What was gonna say?
No, I was
Make it heavy, yeah.
Yes, like I'm gonna make it kind of heavy. No, I'm gonna say it's heavy because, like you say, it established the order. If I was to read it on my own, that would have went over my head of that. How Aaron was the spokesman and Christ was setting up order, and that, like how can I say it from my track? I just lost my train of thought. Shalaki.
No sweat. You ain't been drinking, you sure?
So like, what was it, preacher?
John chapter 5, verse 45.
He's like, yeah, I like that one. That one. I won't go in the magazine. All right. So now give me
Genesis, sir.
Rebecca. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 25, verse 22 to start at 21. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him. And Rebekah, his wife, conceived. And the children struggled together within her. Mm-hmm. And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? Mm-hmm. And she went to inquire of the Lord.
All right. This is her having labor pains. But the pains is tearing her ass up. It ain't regular. So she's like, listen, if this is so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. Give me the one in Samuel. I think 2 Samuel 9:9.
Also, too, we had a question online, sir.
No, sir. Is it from a weird ass name? Because Judah look like he makes fake accounts. See, what's the word from the creator? From a prophet. He cut himself. Yeah, he asked for the word from the creator, then a prophet. Right. Which let him know you're not going to hear the Lord going to talk. You're going to ask a man of the Lord. Right. Yeah. Good night.
You said 2 Samuel 9:9?
I believe so. 2 Samuel 9:9 or 1 Samuel 9:1. Go ahead, Shabbat.
1 Samuel chapter 9, verse 9. Before a time in Israel, when a man went to inquire of God, thus he spake, come, and let us go to the seer. For he that is now called a prophet was before time called a seer.
Right, so just like Judah, he came to inquire of the Lord here tonight. Out of all the radio shows and all the classes and all the religious leaders, he came to the UPK to ask, how is Christ coming back? Because he does not believe in Christ. He doesn't believe in the Bible, but he does know where the power of the Lord resides. You get the point? When you want to find out something of the Lord, you go to a prophet in old times who was called a seer. And now she went to a prophet. And this time at that time it would be her husband. You get the point? So now, with that said, with everything we broke down, with the rank and the order and what Aaron is to Moses, how everything rolls, give me in the Apocrypha, give me Ecclesiasticus 6. All right, give me Ecclesiasticus 6. Give me 6. 2. Let's start at 6.
What kind? 6 and 6, sir?
Yeah.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 6. Be in peace with many.
Say it again.
Be in peace with many.
With many. Be at peace with many. Be at peace with many. Try not to don't be at war with everybody. The first verse tell you, instead of an enemy, be a friend. Right? No, it's like, instead of a friend, be not an enemy. Right? Meaning this. You may not be friends with everybody, but you sure should not try to be an enemy with anybody. You get the point? You should be at peace with many. At peace. I can see you, you can see me. Shalom, Shalom, sis. You should be able to be at peace with many. Right. Go ahead.
Okay. Nevertheless, have but one counselor.
Nevertheless, what?
Have but one counselor.
Nevertheless, but what?
Have but one counselor.
Nevertheless, have but one counselor. You get the point? You could be at peace with many. You could have friends, right? But at the same time, nevertheless, you should have counsel from one. You get the point? It's why. Give me an example of why it should be like that. Why you should have counsel, one counsel.
You said an example, sir?
Yeah, break it down. Break the whole thing down.
I was gonna say because he specified one, because if you have multiple counselors, you might get a different answer from one, and then another one might give you a different one. That causes confusion.
Exactly, causes confusion. And why do you get different answers from each counselor?
So, like I was gonna say, because maybe this person, I'm gonna use it today. One is worldly and one is in the truth.
Mm-mm.
Now let's say all the counselors are in the truth. Let's say we in this room. You got Captain Shock, me, Kazak, Barak, yourself. Say Shabbat Dayat, he the youngest man. Say if we need counsel. If he called all of us on the same issue, we may say something about something amongst some of the same thing, but we all may say something different. It will confuse him. So you need to choose one brother.
But why does he get a different answer from each person?
Either through experience.
Experience is one.
God.
And what's the other one that's, as you brothers, you gonna get it too. Both of you, because you're dealing with the brothers. There's one other thing that's major.
They all have a different counsel.
They're all giving different counsel, but there's something else.
The counselors is getting different stories.
The counsel is getting different stories.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
You get an example. You take your car to Pep Boys, you take it to the dealer, you take it to Frank the auto mechanic, and then you take it to, Jiffy Lube. Not for the same thing, but each time you're taking it somewhere else. Or it could be for the same thing.
Right.
But Jiffy Lube don't know what Pep Boys do to the car. Pep Boys don't know what Jiffy Lube do. Because you ain't saying, hey, I took it to Jiffy Lube, because you ain't trying to tell them you took it somewhere else. You trying to see if Pep Boys lied. You get the point?
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that's why a brother goes around calling. Sometimes a brother is trying to get counsel. However, the thing is, you're not going to say everything. You might get asked all the questions needed to help you out. So have many friends. Be at peace with many. But nevertheless, have but one counselor. You might have an ongoing issue. This might be the first time one brother hearing about the shit, and hey brother, that's something small, blah, 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 blah. Another brother know this issue is 365, 24/7, 7-11, open all day. And his counsel might be, what the you get on one of them long sensors. Let me beeps. Right. Brother, what the all the way. That might be it. So in order, you want to get, just like you have one doctor. Everybody go to the doctor. You don't go to a different goddamn doctor. You got one doctor that have your medical records, your history. Right. Knows what's been going on. Get the point? Right. Knows what's been going on. In here, you have that system set up. Why? I'm going to have them set up counsel systems. You have an issue, you bring it to your camp leader. Your camp leader is either going to refer you to the counsel department, or he going to give you counsel because he done got counsel on how to deal with this situation here. Right. You get me? Because he is, read Exodus 18 and 19 one more time. Whoever was holding it. Quickly.
Hearken now unto my voice. Mm-hmm. I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee. Be thou for the people to Godward.
Your camp leader, he's Godward. If he wasn't, he wouldn't be in position.
Right.
The men who your camp leader tell you give a call, they're God word, because they're going to report back to the camp leader. And your camp leader going to report up to whoever needs to hear your report. You get the point?
Right.
This is going to save your life. Because, brother, you may not know it, there's a war for your soul. There's a war going on right now for you. You understand? You may not see it. You may think this is just something you just have to muscle up and go through. Half the time, the muscling up is to make a phone call. Half the time, that's the muscle up. To get on the phone and run, yell, tell. That's the muscle up. This is not Esau's military. This is not the Christian church. Nobody's impressed by your, whatever. This is the time here where you communicate and forget not. Give me that too. Give me that Hebrews 13:7, please. Don't nobody else go to it. Come on, you got it. All right, this is the time for that. Because, of course, now it is God word. It is towards the Lord, and you're going to get the counsel you need to save your goddamn life out. Right. Do not wait till the flashpoint, which is an Israelite trait. That's why we paid bills last day. That's why you watching, Netflix at night. You see yellow lights and you hear, you looking outside to see if they're coming to repo the car. Oh, shit, I'm going to pay them niggas tomorrow. You got the money or not? You got their money. Right. But something about us as a people, we wait till the flashpoint. You know what a flashpoint is? That little time where there's gas and a vapor. Right. Just the time between the vapor igniting. Right. We like to operate right there. It's not good to operate there.
So you say
Hebrews 13, try 7 or 17. To do good and communicate, forget not. To what? Too salt for this good blood here. This is good blood.
It is salty, so I ain't gonna lie.
I already know. I'm a prophet now. So come on. You have it, Hebrews 13? To do good and communicate, forget not. Uh, 13 and 16. Please.
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 16. But to do good and communicate, but to do good and to communicate, forget not. For with such sacrifices, God is well pleased.
All right. To do good and communicate, forget not. For with such sacrifices, the Lord is well pleased. Somebody break it down for me, please.
Mm-hmm. So like you pretty much already said it, like you said, to do good and to communicate. So if you don't communicate, you know what I'm saying, you won't get the counsel. But he's telling you, don't forget to do those two things. Like to communicate, you know what I'm saying, with your brother, let them know your struggle, what's going on, to get the proper counsel.
All right, that's half of it. Go ahead.
No, it's what?
Oh, it's a lot.
Let's talk about it.
You sure?
Yeah,
all right, I'm just trying to help you.
So like, I didn't bring in the second part. And they say the sacrifice part is when you get the information, you got to be willing to make the sacrifice.
No.
The sacrifice is to reach out and communicate.
The sacrifice is to make the call. Why is it a sacrifice? Come on. Why is it a sacrifice? Hold on. Just think what a sacrifice is.
Yeah.
You got sacrifice your pride.
I look like he just going back in time here. Just like, yeah, what did I feel at that right moment? Right now. It was a sunny day. Come on. Why is it a sacrifice?
I mean, because you really trying to deal with. Satan tell you try to deal with it yourself.
Make it simple.
Don't tell.
Make it simple. God what? Let's think that. That's what we broke down. God what? Be God what?
Because now somebody gonna advise you to do something.
You're too complicated. It's real simple.
Your flesh doesn't want you to reach out.
You don't separate you from the flesh eye. You don't want to call.
Right.
You got to sacrifice what you want for what the Lord wants. Remember, you have to be God one. So you could now bring the problems to the Lord.
Right.
I had to make this call. This call here, I got to make this call. So I don't want to. I don't want to make this call, but I got to make this call.
Right.
And it's, man, listen, keep reading. Salaki. I think you get some more of this blood here. Salaki. I think somebody planted a great tree in the school somewhere. Yeah, I'm making these Benani Shellis people wealthy. Salaki. Keep reading.
Hebrews chapter 13, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
But do good and communicate. Forget not. For with such sacrifice, God is well pleased.
Mm-hmm. Read on, please.
Verse 17. Obey them and have the rule over you.
Read it one more time.
Obey them that have the rule over you.
Uh-huh.
And submit yourself.
Go ahead.
For they watch for your souls.
Go ahead.
As they that must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief. For that is unprofitable for you.
Break it down. Break it down.
So, can you read one more time? Come on. Verse 17.
Nice and low. See, this is the problem, man. The problem is you ain't got no books. I'm gonna just get some counsel. One of these days, I ain't got no power. But it doesn't take nothing to turn the pages. Put your finger a little bit into old school. Turn the page. You know what I mean? You got it? Go ahead. No. Somebody he wanted to read it again. Just read it again now. Just read it.
Verse 17. Obey them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they that give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you.
All right.
Right. So, so now you got brothers who are over you.
What mama?
You got brothers. You got brothers who are over you who's appointed to be a counselor. Now, when these brothers give you counsel, obey the counsel and submit. Meaning, you ain't
counsel or order because they have rule. Rule is not counsel. Counsel is different. Counsel is advice. You don't have to follow counsel or not. You could reject counsel and roll the dice. That's all.
Right. Obey. So that would say.
That's what I'm saying. But he's saying here, he's adding counsel to it, which is the right spirit. That's the spirit behind this. Now, this is what I would do. I would not do that thing because XYZ and XYZ added to that all the years the man done seen the same scenario play out. All right, go ahead.
Right. So now he has rule over you. The brother has rule over you, so they're gonna give you the counsel of the Most High and submit. Meaning, just like how you want your rib to submit and listen to you, you need to submit yourself.
You know why he bring that up? Because that's old school. I'm gonna tell you why that's old school. And it's very young and true. I think I'm still a trooper. The Lord has a way of teaching you a lesson. The same way you are with brothers who are over you is the same way your rib is going to be with you, or ribs, or children. The Lord has a way of teaching you things for you to get it in your soul, in your spirit. You get the point? He has a way of doing it because sometimes you might not get it from instruction. So this thing has to happen to you, and you're going to be like, damn, this is not simple. Man, I wonder if I can get that simple when I'm talking to so-and-so. You get the point? That's why that's old school. I done got that advice before, long before. And I try to always keep that phone ring, get calm, whatever you need, and make it happen. Because of course I want that blessing from the Lord to have ease in my own household. You get the point? I want that from there. And I would also know that if things ain't going right, I better check how I am with the men above me. You get the point? We'll go ahead.
Right, so it says submit. So you just like I say, you want your rib to submit to you, you got to submit to the brothers that's giving you this order.
Of course, this is just an example, right? Not every brother has a rib, and not every time it's your fault. Sometimes you're just a dragon. You just, you gotta go get donkey. You know donkey from Shrek? Sometimes you just a dragon, brother, and you just had to go get donkey to walk in that house. Right? And crack some jokes and, show his teeth and shit, and then she gonna be all right. Go ahead.
So, we basically got to say F whatever we're thinking in our head and just go ahead and obey what that brother told us to do. Because now it'll be less grievous for him. So each time you go, that's not gonna be the first time you go to counsel. You can get one order, you're gonna do it, and next time you go to counsel for him, the brother will enjoy giving you counsel or enjoy giving you the order.
Different. Not the order. Different. Read that last part one more time, please. Whoever read it. Shabbat, you?
Oh, come.
No sweat. Whoever read it. Quickly.
That they may do it with joy and not with grief.
When they give a report, they're going to do it with joy and not with grief.
Right. So now, if the brother giving a report of you, it'll be with joy, like, oh, this brother, he's learning, or he follow orders, or, he's learning, but he does what he does, or he doesn't.
Okay, just from what we went over earlier, him or her following your instruction is what? Give it to you just for time's sake. Is God what?
God.
It's towards God, because it's not your instruction.
Right.
This is not what you want.
Right.
This is what you have accumulated through experience and from you seeking counsel.
Right.
And still, with the wisdom, you would know that not every situation, even though it appears the same, is the same. So you should still seek counsel or report it. So you remember, like, yo, go check that, because something there ain't adding up too right. And you find out that it's not that. And you find out. Like, whatever you get, whatever instruction you get in or counsel you get in is not, that shit ain't personal. That ain't from you.
Right.
None of us, and if you still have a concept in your mind of this is what I want, you have some growing to do.
Right.
Real everything is what the Lord wants. Do you choose to dress like this? No. You choose it now because you don't submit to the Lord. But did this is how you would normally do it? No. This is everything is because you don't submit to a power that's beyond you.
Right.
You don't submit there, and whatever this power like and do, I'm doing it. Come on.
And that's the only time, from my experience, I was most successful running my household. My family, my children. Sometimes you might, want stuff that you want, but then for me, it worked more better. Us following the laws, us saying our prayers, us going to counsel for marriage counsel, whatever counsel, and just following that compared to what the hell I want. That's way it's more successful just following the most, being God for it.
Of
right?
course,
Yeah.
of course, because I'm gonna give you one. Joseph didn't want to have sex with Mary. Who wanted to have sex?
The Most High wanted that to happen.
Well, the Most High wanted it to happen, but the Most High ain't having sex with Joseph.
Right.
Between Joseph and Mary, who wanted to have sex?
Mary.
Mary did.
Right.
Joseph didn't. The angel had to come and say, Joseph, what?
Fear not.
Fear not. Don't worry. That thing there, it's good. And they're right. Drink for that. Sit that thing right. Get in there and tie fire to that thing without fear. Go do it. The yes, baby. She know that's how she got it.
Exactly.
She's like, get back a hand.
Right.
Fear not. Go in there and tie fire to that thing, because that's what the Lord wanted.
Right.
You get the point? So now, that's what he's saying. Because, the scripture is so heavy because the verse before it tells you communicate. Do good to communicate and forget not. Because with such sacrifices, the Lord is pleased.
Right.
The man who had to get a report also has to communicate. Don't give him something he don't want to communicate. It's a burden that I pray you don't have to ever experience. It's a burden that you don't want to communicate this thing, but you have to do your job. I'm going to give you the only thing that's worse than that. When something is communicated back to you, and you hearing this thing, and you just like, So lucky, 1 second, sir. I'm back, sir, yes. You can't take it. But you have a job to do. You have a job to do. You can't get sentimental and teary-eyed and smoky. You can't get like Judah.
Right.
You can't do that. You have a job to do because, people's lives are at stake with everything.
Right.
So now, you just simply, just be Godward. Have your head, what does the Lord want? You don't know. If you don't know the Lord, go find a man who does. That's it. That's life. You a sister, life is just frustrating for you. You don't know what to do. Go find a man who does. That's it. Go ask your husband. He'll hear you. Yeah, what do I do here? Hold on, I'm calling right back. Bam, 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 bam. Call. Okay. He come and deliver what the Lord wants to hear.
Right.
If he ain't able to deliver it, we gotta go somewhere else. That man will go somewhere else. If you don't have a husband, since you call the camp leader, the camp leader will deliver it to you, or go seek it from the Lord and come and drop it on your lap. Seeking the wisdom. That's the real thing. Who got the hand? Please.
No, so like I was going to use me for example.
Well, so like, just leave there and go straight to Proverbs 12 and 15. Proverbs 11 and 14. No, slap it. Deuteronomy 32 and 28. I call it out 3. Deuteronomy 32, 28. Proverbs 11 and 14. Then 12 and 15. And then we continue from there. I want to get these out before class is done. Go ahead, Kagar.
No, I was gonna say Slocky, I was gonna use me for example because I don't have no days off. I want to just stay home, play the game, relax, and just chill. But the sacrifice in that is you can't. You know what I'm saying? You gotta guard there. If you want to fix something, you gotta be willing to sacrifice to go do it. So now I don't have no days off. Like it's constantly work. I let the Most High give me rest. So I'm going to camp every Saturday and using my Wednesday to come to class.
That's how it starts, huh? That's how it starts. That's exactly how it starts, huh? It starts with you're gonna realize now, as you stay in the truth, you're gonna realize how much time you wasted in the word. Understand? You're gonna realize, see, just the other day I saw in Jeremy Kathana, I'm telling how angry I was now. I'm thankful for being in truth and I accept and I'm grateful for every blessing that I have that the Lord see fit to give me because I deserve none of it. Right. But I was angry at how much of the time the Christian church done stole from me. How much of my youth was goddamn wasted behind the church. Just think about if you had the truth from birth and you had a nation to grow into.
Right.
Just think about, the things you would have done and, how many children you would have made and how you would have built your future. Go ahead.
If I may share, I think I'm older than everybody in the room, but I'm considered the youngest here.
Well, that's a blessing, man. That's a give him a hand, God. Listen, I remember John YAHANNA saying something early on. He said, you young men who troopers and students, I envy you. Because you have something that over time in the truth, I don't have anymore. Which is that young, fresh zeal that you're ready to battle everybody and tell everybody about the truth. As you get into the truth more and get more into the work, you don't have time to deal with these idiots. You don't have it. And you don't have the patience. You don't even want to talk to them. But that thing you have in you right now, brother, that's golden and cherish it because there's going to come a time you ain't going to be able to do it. Seek the wisdom and go conquer. Just go run and run and run. Give me that in the Apocrypha too. Give me, I'm paraphrasing this, just like do work in your youth. Because when you get older, you can't do shit. Give that in the Apocrypha. I'm paraphrasing. Something with youth. Something with youth. Not everybody look for it. This one brother look for it, all right? So now, go ahead.
It's not without saying, though, like the same way you say you're mad all the time that you feel like you wasted in the world. Mm-hmm. I feel like I wasted even more than probably everybody in the room.
Okay, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't look at it like that. That's not the way to look at it because you're comparing it. You understand? You comparing it. It could be a brother who comes in here at 20. You understand? And he's like, man, I'm in this shit now. This bitch taking me to call for child support. I done crashed a few cars. I hate my father or I hate my mother. I don't know my parents. But he's 22 or 20. He could feel the same way. Don't look at it like that as comparing it. Once again, be mindful of your thoughts. Satan will make the argument appear very real and legitimate. You get the point? Don't look at it like that. Whether, and the scripture says it. The scripture says whether you come in here at the last trump or you've been working in the work of the Lord for how many other years, you're going to get the same reward as the man who come in now, the day before Christ comes, and the man who been in here for how much ever years. So don't look at it like that. Look at it just like whatever the Lord give you. This is what the Lord, this is the time the Lord decided for you. The Lord, if anything, I would say the Lord saw it fit to preserve you that long. You understand? The Lord saw it fit that he was going to preserve you that long to come in a time where you don't have to deal. Imagine that fool who in charge of GMS Tahar, he was teaching you could go have sex with white women and rape children. The Lord probably figured it best that you don't even have to hear about none of that shit. He wants you straight and clean and pure for now. When Commander YAHANNA is in full in charge of this school and raising up an insane, mighty system for brothers and sisters like us. That's how you should look at it. Like, the Lord will preserve me here. I'm grateful. But brother, for a second, I was like, this goddamn church arc. This damn Shikari's thing have me thinking about everything. Just because I can see this is every single young person's life in the world. And I'm seeing how much them in that situation, she should be able to come into class. Every brother should be able to come into class. Every sister should be able to come into class and sit there and battle. I don't know if you remember, there was a sister who used to come in here from DC. And she used to leave to go outside and smoke. And she had a bad problem, but she was allowed to go out there. And then she would start coming and saying how she smoked so much today. And she tried to just do one a day. And she came right down. The sister said she never wore a dress before. Never. General Katham bought her a skirt and a head wrap and kept it there. But when she came, she would just take it, go in the restroom and change. The Lord is preserving this place for a reason. Right. Seek the Lord because they outside of these doors is fucking hell. Excuse my language. Right. It's hell. And this is why we deal with fools like that, Judah. And I see why the Lord brought him in the class now. Fools like that are a distraction. Right. Fuck them. Fuck him. Right. Let him figure it out on his own if that's his problem. Right. I'm not concerned with how he coming, when he coming. I'm concerned with this brother and sister who's suffering right now. Who's suffering. Some uncle gonna kick in the door and molest them tonight, smelling like E&J. Right. The mother is kissing them with all kind of men private parts on her lips before she goes to slut to pay the bills. He ain't asking how to stop that. You get the point? Seek the counsel so you can preserve this place for more brothers and sisters like yourself. And not destroy yourself in the midst. Whoever finds scripture with the youth, let me know. Give me Ecclesiasticus 6 and skip up to verse 2.
I got Ecclesiastes 12:1, sir.
Wait, that's the one I want?
I believe
Let me hear it.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not.
Remember the creator in the days of your youth, while the evil cometh not. Meaning what? There's a time where you are allowed to be young and run and do your thing. Enjoy it. And remember the creator. Remember the Lord. Right. Remember what the Lord wants in the time of your youth. Right. Go ahead.
Nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them.
Right? Because the years are going to draw nigh where you ain't got no pleasure. You ever see old people out? They're ready to die. They sit there and they be like, well, I guess the Lord ain't ready for me yet. You ever hear them say that shit? And you be like, why you talk like that? If you spend one day like them, you would say the same thing too. They like you bring little children around them. They like to see them kids running and look at them. They're full of energy. Why? They can't run.
Right.
They can't stand up on their own. They can't even go to the bathroom for themselves. They're not ready to die. What I'm staying here for? The day is coming 9. The day drawing 9 when you ain't gonna have no pleasure in the day no more. Remember the Lord while you're young.
Right.
How would I have helped that sister or that brother? And I hate to keep harping because she's a celebrity, but every brother and sister in that same situation who done lost children and then getting high out of the goddamn mind. What's up, man? Shit, Salaki. No, so you can pull it back to the fence if you got the time. Or you can just leave it right by the door. You deal with it after class, all right? Let me get Ecclesiasticus 6 and 2 and 3.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 2. Verse 2, right?
Please.
It's exalt not thyself in the counsel of thine own heart, that thy soul be not torn in pieces as a bull straying alone.
Exalt thyself not.
So I say extol.
Extol, Salaki. Extol not thyself in the counsel of thine own heart. Break it down. Who could break it down for me quick? Please.
Well, it's like what I made. It's meaning don't trust don't trust in what you think to be right. Like you just said, Satan is gonna make it seem like it makes absolute sense. Satan's gonna make it seem like this is what you absolutely should do. And you shouldn't have faith in your own understanding.
You shouldn't do it. Because why? What would happen?
Just like keep reading.
That thy soul
be not torn in pieces as a bull straying alone.
You understand? Like a bull that strays alone. He don't have a shepherd, he don't have a herd, he don't have a pen. He just wild and running. That's what's gonna happen to your brain because it's like, I don't know. My brain is, people say it. Right now, my head is all over the place. Your head is all over the place because you're really talking to Satan. You ain't talking to who you're supposed to get counsel from.
Perfect example today, right before class. I don't know if you heard, but I was mentioning my sister Rib. I had her stay with me because she was going through issues with her man, hitting her or whatever. Well, possibly doing it again. So now, I had to go pick up her daughter today because she think the police about to lock her up because they had got some business offer or something for some money, and her man just took all the money, and she was like, "Okay, you supposed to give me something." He never gave her none, so she thought it was wise to slash the tires. So she slashed the tires out in public. She called my sister like, "I need y'all to come get my daughter because I'm about to get arrested." She thought she'd get arrested. So I pulled.
If I could,
right?
Go ahead.
So I pulled up, and she's like, "Yeah, they gave him the business gave us $6,000. He only gave me $1,000. He took this money from me." And I was like, "Yo, like I gave you counsel 2 weeks ago to just stay with us and then go move somewhere else, but you did not take it. You decided to go back home."
And now you go to jail.
And now, so the police. When I got there, the police was saying, "Sir, you can take her daughter. We really not gonna." With that, she slashed the tires. Right, she slashed the tires, so it doesn't seem like we're gonna take her to jail. But what we are gonna do is write up a court summons. Like she's gonna have to go to court.
Yeah.
So now she has to go to court and pay money. She arguing off the.
She didn't get enough money.
Of the enough money, you gotta stack. But now you gotta go to court and pay more. You slash the man's tires because he didn't give you the bread. Now you gotta go to jail. I mean, that's like it. Now you gotta go to court.
Potentially, you could have go to jail.
Right.
Potentially, the cops could have showed up and killed you.
Right.
But shit, the Lord probably spared her because of you. And you're in. Knowing it would crush her because that's her sister. The Lord probably spared and again, the Lord is merciful. The Lord is merciful, but his mercy does run out. Seek counsel before it does. Now, I'm going to get to that too. Seek counsel before it does. But that conversation where you all come get me, I'm about to go to jail, that's not that person talking. That's the demon talking. It's like, hey, come get this, I'm about to kill myself.
Right.
You get the point? You're planning, you're already preparing for a demise.
Yeah.
You're not, it's like, hey, y'all, come get my kids. I'm gonna crash this car.
Right.
That's that demon talking now,
Yep.
which is once again, just stop doing your own thing.
Right.
Maybe the Lord wanted that brother to have that goddamn money and you to have none, because you don't know what to do with money. You don't even know what to do with a knife and tires. Well, why should you have goddamn money? You don't know. All right. Where we at? Verse 2. Right. You want to get that because you don't want to be all over the place. You don't want to have turmoil in your head. You want to get some counsel. The Lord called you to peace. Give me verse 3.
Verse 3. Thou shalt eat up thy leaves and loose thy fruit and leave thyself as a dry tree.
Break that down. Anybody knows?
Sorry, here we one time.
Read it one more time, please.
Verse 3. Thou shalt eat up thy leaves and loose thy fruit and leave thyself as a dry tree.
Thou shalt eat up thy leaves and lose thy fruit, and you're going to leave yourself like a dry tree.
Use all your resources.
Not good enough.
Use your youth wisely.
No. Read one more time.
Thou shalt eat up thy leaves and lose thy fruit and leave thyself as a dry tree.
I mean, you're not going to be able to. A person that follows wisdom, that tree can grow and produce good fruit. But a person who don't follow wisdom, you ain't gonna produce no fruit.
And the fruit you have,
right? You're
going to destroy.
You're gonna lose.
You're going to destroy what you have.
Yeah.
You get it, boy? Read it again from verse 2, all the way through 3.
Kind of a con.
Ecclesiastes chapter 6 verse 2. Extol not thyself in the counsel of thy own heart, that thy soul be not torn into pieces as a bull straying alone. Verse 3. Thou shalt eat up thy leaves and lose thy fruit and leave thyself as a dry tree.
Imagine a tree that, just change the difference between a tree in spring that's full of life and a tree in fall that's naked and dry. Now put that tree in spring next to other trees that bloom. And then this one is just, what the fuck is, you're going to be like, what happened here? That's what you do to yourself when you don't get counsel. You're going to destroy what you have. Go ahead.
And a difference between a one West house from a Christian house. Me growing up in a Christian house with 5 women, with one grandfather took care, granddad took care of everything.
Right.
But he got disrespected by his wife in front of his 4 daughters.
Right.
So now his 4 daughters grown up disrespect him, and now when he passed away, my grandmother was still alive. All 4 of them disrespect her, and she was without a home for years, living with her daughters, but they always was trying to kick her out. She did not teach her daughter. Her daughter seen her disrespect her husband and be disrespectful. Now they're doing.
Now they're disrespecting
her and don't want her to live and don't want her to live with them. And she moved back and forth with each daughter, and she finally got her own spot. Compared to a one West house, your rib ain't disrespecting you in front of your kids. Right. And she's gonna teach the daughter. Your daughter's gonna watch how their mother is reacting to what daddy say.
Yep.
And she's gonna then
all sons,
right? Sons or daughters.
Your sons will watch how you dealing with mommy.
Right.
What? It's exactly like that. What it is it's just plain and simple. It's real plain. Open your mouth and say what's going on. This is not the time to be a hero. Christ done that. He's a hero. He's the hero of the story. He's the one riding on the white horse. That role done filled. Right. Don't try to be no hero. Right. If he wants you to be a hero, how will you? If he wants you to be a hero, how you'll find out? Somebody gonna say, "Hey man, go over there and do this." Right. And that's why when it happened, everybody say thank you. It's like, no, thank the Lord. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Right. Because you know you got directive to do this. Right. You done got trained on how to do this. This is not you seeking, Team Jake's type, fame. Right. You get me? What we holding?
Oh, what was that? The end of verse 3.
I think that's it, right? And you should leave yourself as a dry tree. Don't wait till it gets to there. Come on.
I was holding the
So,
verse.
like, look for me. Man, I just had this scripture in my pocket for too. It gonna come back. Go ahead.
I was holding the verse. Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy, give me 32 and 28. Give me that first. Then Proverbs 11, 14. Then 12 and 15. Real quick, all right?
Deuteronomy chapter 2, verse 28. Thou shalt sell me meat for money, that I may eat, and give me water for money.
I'm at the end. Hold on. Keep reading.
And give me water for money, that I may drink. Only I pass through on my feet. Verse 29.
32 and 28. That's what you have?
Oh, Salaki, I had 2 and 20.
32. No sweat.
Also, I got Proverbs 11 and 14, sir.
Yeah, let me get 32 and 28 first, though.
Come. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 28. For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them.
You understand? That's who we have become as a people. The mistakes we make is because we are a nation void of counsel.
Right.
We're void of counsel, not just because we're not seeking the counsel, but more so as a nation, we don't have the leadership to give us the counsel. We trusted in the leadership at one time and took counsel from them, but we realized where it ended us up. And now there's a disconnect where we're not going to the leaders no more because Al Sharpton ain't doing shit, Jesse Jackson ain't doing shit. They're running them out of cities now. But there's nobody standing in the gap for the nation. The UPK is here. Once you come in here, you realize you have the leadership now. Now you have to do what? Your part, which is seek the wisdom, seek the understanding, seek the counsel. Read it one more time.
Come. Deuteronomy 32, verse 28. For they are a nation void of counsel, neither is there any understanding in them.
Right? We are a nation void of counsel, neither is there understanding. We void of getting counsel, and we don't have any man of understanding in it. But we do have it here. You get me? Give me Proverbs 11 and 14.
Proverbs chapter 11, verse 14. Where no counsel is, the people fall.
Say it again.
Where no counsel is, the people fall.
Say it one more time.
Where no counsel is, the people fall.
Let that thing get through your head, man. Let it get through your head. Where no counsel is, the people fall. Don't wait till they hit the floor, man. Just assume you're on the way down right now. That's the safest thing. Just assume you like this. You timber and you're going down. Just assume it and just say something. Say what's going on. Say something. Anything. Don't wait till it hits and then we gotta pick up the pieces. Get the point? Don't do that. Say something. Read it one more time.
Proverbs chapter 11, verse 14. Where no counsel is, the people fall.
All right. Where no counsel is, the people fall. What's one reason that most brothers and sisters don't seek it? Don't seek counsel. Satan played good too. He played so good. What's one reason? That's one reason. You don't think you're gonna fall. That's why I say assume you're falling right now. Because you don't think, I'm good. You like I'm good. There's another reason that's really behind you. And it's tied to that too, what you said.
I mean, most people don't follow a man. They won't follow.
You don't want to follow nobody. You don't want to say nothing. At the root of it is self-will. At the root of self-will is pride.
Right. Most definitely.
The pride is there, and you're too proud to say something because this thing you're about to say to you is
heavy.
It's embarrassing.
Right.
This thing you're about to go and say on the phone, it's embarrassing to you. To the person who there, that nigga waiting with a bucket to out the fire. That's his whole job. His whole job is to out the fire. What? He ready to jump into action. What is Satan telling you?
then you don't got nobody. Or you gotta do it on your own. You have to do it on your own.
Remember, it's embarrassing.
Right.
Satan's telling you.
Oh, okay.
When you have to go to the doctor and the doctor tell you take your clothes off. Why you don't want to take your clothes off?
Because you don't want to see me naked.
You don't want him to see you naked because, you know, he might feel some type of way about you and say something. This nigga fucking stranger. He don't know you from shit. He see 10 niggas like you this morning. But in your mind, you gonna be clowned. You're gonna be, you know, it's embarrassment. Brother, I'm telling you from experience. I'm telling you from experience, personal and seeing shit. Push that shit out your goddamn mind. Don't nobody give a goddamn about none of that shit. You understand? Don't nobody cares about none of that shit. For you brothers and sisters, fight that demon arc. Fight it. You're on the street corner every goddamn weekend saying the white man's devil dressed like a fucking retard. Excuse my language. You're ashamed to call somebody and tell them you have a problem? You sisters, y'all ain't look over there in the spirits. They wouldn't be there. I'm talking to the ones who are about to fill the chairs. You sisters, y'all ain't dressing like everybody else today. Y'all dress like you're a Mormon where your husband beat you. You know, why you saw this? You stupid because you righteous. You suffering all of that embarrassment. But you don't want to pick up the phone and say, here's what's going on. Satan is playing you and you don't even know it. Satan is playing you. Free yourself from that shit out. Here's what. Go on the mirror and tell yourself you're stupid and you don't know nothing, and go to somebody who you don't know more than you. So they can tell you how to process the thing and how to think. Because, brother, Satan is running a whole gambit on your mind when you don't know it. You're absolutely lost in the source, you don't know it. Hold that where you are right there. Read Proverbs 11 and 14 again. Where we at? 11 and 14, right? And give me Ecclesiasticus 4 and verse 20. Somebody else. Read Proverbs 11 and 14 one more time.
Where no counsel is, the people fall. But in the multitude of counselors, there is safety.
Right? In the multitude of counselors, there is safety. You get the point? You have leadership. That's the multitude of counselors. You have a leadership that there's absolute safety in.
Right.
Absolute safety in.
Right.
You get the point? Who have the one in the Apocrypha? Please.
Chapter 4, verse
20.
Verse 20. Observe the opportunity and beware of evil. And be not ashamed when it concerneth thy soul.
Brother, I can't emphasize it anymore. I'm trying to put it there. Just from experience and just seeing things that's happening. Read it one more time.
Observe the opportunity and beware of evil. Be not ashamed when it concerneth thy soul.
Be not ashamed when it concerns your own soul. Satan is after it. Scripture says he seeketh to sift you like flour, like wheat.
Right.
Meaning to separate you and take you apart. That's what the adversary is wanting to do. That's why Esau is the way he is. That's why the heathens are the way they are with us. But they want to dismantle us. Right. You see what happened to that Shakari Richardson girl? That's what's going on in the spirit. What they're doing to her right there. Just totally parade her and tear her apart, limb by limb. Now she's not even in the Olympics. Yatazak said she's going to end up pregnant. I laughed at first, but at this point, not that it's a curse, but, you know, that's going to be just, you know.
Because she can just give up on...
She can give up on everything.
Yeah.
You get the point? Listen, she smoked a little weed, right? Not to say weed is something small and it's not a sin. It is a sin. Smoking is a sin, Salaki, not the weed, but smoking. Right. The broad who did the abortion, she ain't gained no media coverage. Right. And she failed the drug test too. Right. She didn't even show up for it. Shakari went to the drug test. The bitch was trying to comply. Yeah. This broad ain't show up and committed murder to run, and she ain't getting it. You realize who's over us, right? Right. This is the people who over us. Brother, embrace the people who the Lord put over you. And use your resources, man. Use it before it's you don't got no more leaves or fruit. and you done destroyed things that you love.
Right.
That's gonna hurt you more. You don't love these things, but it's destroyed now. Come on.
Now I was saying, you said somebody aborted a kid?
Some sister who was going to the Olympics, she recently had an abortion, and she was recovering home from the abortion. She ain't go to the piss test.
Right.
She missed the damn thing. I think she had a 5-year ban or something. Like it's worse to not show up than to fail.
Right.
It's better you show up and fail the test than to not show up. It's like not showing up to court.
Right.
It's contempt down here.
Right.
But this girl had an abortion because she couldn't go around her.
Yeah.
This bitch commit murder. Excuse my language. You understand? This once again, think about what she was thinking. Think about her frame of mind before. What I'm gonna do? I want to go Olympics next 4 years. But next 4 years, the kid would be 4,
Right.
and you could run next 4 years.
Right.
You don't have to kill the child.
And then it's a sister who did get pregnant, kept the baby, got dropped by Nike, but then decided to make her own
I think she
brand.
left Nike.
Oh yeah,
She left Nike and made her own brand.
God.
How's she going to the Olympics this year with the baby? You get the point? Like don't let the shit, don't let it consume you. Keep going and read verse 20 again. Salaki, just bear with me a little bit, all right? I just want to make sure you'll get this and then we're done.
Verse 20. Observe the opportunity and beware of evil, and be not ashamed when it concerneth thy soul.
Right? Be not ashamed when it concerneth thy soul. Run and seek that counsel. Run and seek it. Plunge into the damn thing. Keep reading.
Verse 21. For there is a shame that bringeth sin, and there is shame which glory and grace.
Right? There's a shame that brings sin. There's an embarrassment that brings sin. That's the embarrassment Adam and Eve had with fig leaves, wanting to be like the other nations, being proud. And then there's a shame that brings glory and what?
Glory and grace.
Grace, mercy. There's an embarrassment that can bring some mercy, because you done now decided, you observed the opportunity, and you wasn't embarrassed about the things that concern your soul. You was more embarrassed to not do it. And you done sort out the proper counsel. You done sort out the proper counsel to get this thing fixed, man.
Right.
To get this thing right.
Right.
Give me consider count in the apocrypha. That's what I want. Consider counsel before every endeavor or every step, something like that. Because I can look it up for me, all right? Give me Proverbs 12 and 15 real quick. Right? The Lord is merciful, but his grace does run out. The Lord is a father. He loves his children and doesn't want to hurt his children, but he is a father, and hurt is part of his teaching tools. You get the point? Hurt is a big part of his teaching tools, and wisdom would have you not experience his hurt. But if you sometimes you might be simple and need to get hurt. Thank the Lord you got hurt.
Right.
Thank the Lord you got hurt. You could be dead. Thank the Lord for hurt so you could learn.
Right.
It's a school. It's a knowledge. Salakia.
Proverbs
12 and 15.
Proverbs 12 and 15. It's like I got
Proverbs chapter 12.
Somebody else hold Proverbs 15 and 22. And then Judges 18 and 5. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 12, verse 15. The way of a fool is right in thy own eyes.
Brother, it's plain as day. Hear it and receive it for what it is. Read it again.
The way of a fool is right in his own eyes.
In his own eyes. When you stuck in it, you don't know what the hell it is. You need somebody who has no emotional tie to it. None. To come in there and be an absolute just, like a dentist. You think a dentist feel an emotional tie when they're ripping teeth out your child's mouth? Sometimes I want to punch that bastard in his goddamn face and push every tool down his throat. So you don't see the child squirming. What the fuck's wrong with you? But he is unemotional. I'm emotional. I think I'm right. You hurting the kid, but that tooth got to come out. You get the point? Sometimes that tooth in the back, them big molars, they got to come out. You get the point? And he has to do it. He got to let him do his job. You get the point? I'm going to use it as an example. You understand what I'm saying? You need somebody who has no emotional tie. Who's not a beast in them. I'm not saying like how the heathens mistreat us, but let's think a dentist who in the right spirit and right mind, and they have to come and do this procedure. The child is squirming and whatever. No sweat. No, it's coming out. It's coming. It's coming. They inject them with enough anesthesia and they're pulling. But you watching your child squirming there, you ready to damn kill this dentist or this doctor or whoever. But you too emotional. That's why what happens, what the dentist do when you go to with the kid? What did they tell you?
Sit outside.
Yeah, go read that magazine, nigga. Because you ain't gonna let me do this job. I need to do this job. You get the point? Go ahead.
But he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise.
He that listens to counsel is wise. Don't listen to yourself. Listen to instruction.
Right.
Listen to some instruction. Don't listen to yourself because you're stupid. Because you're used to listening to Satan your whole life. Get some instruction. Give me the other scripture.
Proverbs chapter 15, verse 22.
Anybody find one in your pocket from? All right, no sweat.
Without counsel, purposes are disappointed.
Say it again.
Without counsel, purposes are disappointed.
Brother, if shit. Understand that. Without counsel, purposes are disappointed. Intentions, it's like, damn, this thing ain't happened. I'm disappointed. Because there's no counsel there.
Right.
You understand? It's lost. It's like a dream that's. You ever see a construction site where the foundation was laid, they got the beams going up, they got material there, they got a whole staff, and then the project just stopped. And then grass growing everywhere, dogs making puppies in the sand, people stealing rebars, and you're like, man, what a waste. Right. That's life without counsel. Right. That's life. That's the GMS. That's the IUIC. That's them candy canes. That's life. That's the Christian church. That's life without counsel. It's Shikari Richardson.
Right.
It's a purpose that's disappointed. Everybody hurt over it, and everybody ready to crucify the girl. But where was the counsel for her?
Right.
Where was the one who gonna tell her, listen, your mother gonna be back? In fact, after the Olympics, go with that brother and make a child who you're having sex with. You could make your mother right now. She coming right back into the Korean country. She don't go and beat everybody else down there.
Right.
You get the point? Counsel helps. What else do I want? Give me Judges 18 and 5. Quickly.
I got the scripture in the apocrypha, sir.
Yeah, hold that for me, all right? Give me Judges 18 and 5. Reading one of the apocrypha while the brothers get it. You have it? Judges 18 and 5, please, quickly.
Judges chapter 18, verse 5. And they said unto him, ask counsel, we pray thee, of God, that we may know whether our way which we go shall be prosperous.
Come on, man. Ask counsel of the Lord.
Right.
That we may know whether this way is going to be beneficial. If this is going to turn out right or turn out wrong. You're gonna find out. Ask counsel of the Lord. Right. Go to that one counsel and get it. Get it delivered unto you, but you shouldn't do that. Or, yeah, this is what you should do. Sometimes the counsel be so revolutionary, you like, man, this thing about it. Brother, you gotta remember what you decided to serve. You decided to serve something that's absolutely abstract to this world.
Right. It's
revolutionary, it's weird, it's upside down to people in the world. So brother, you might hear something and like, do what? Nah. Because in your mind, you're not there. You ain't there. Well, I told you what to do. You get the point? I told you what to do. Ain't no sweat. I learned very young, brother. You may not understand it. It's follow the counsel. Right. That's the best thing to do. You don't understand it. And everybody went to school here, right? You all understand if you got them formula on the board? Everybody did organic chemistry with CH3 and CH everywhere and all the math with the Z sign and the E sign and, exponents and shit. Did you understand shit? But you learned it, right? So you needed that A, right? When the guy needed to live, I needed to be at camp. I need your ribs to be okay and your children to be okay. Don't understand nothing. I'm going to put a formula on the board right now for you. Turn the board. Whoever. Turn the board. Where's the markers? Grab a marker for me, all right? I'm going to put a formula on the board. I'm not asking you to understand the formula. All right? And this formula is mainly for brothers and sisters in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. All right? And put this formula on the board for you, right? PH. No sweat. Give me another one. Give me another one. Make me go rub the babies for a goddamn dry erase. Write it in a permanent marker if you have to. Go buy a whole new board. You're worth all the boards in damn Staples. You got it? PH. All right? You know what PH is, right? What's PH?
The phone.
Take a drink out. pH. pH is not the acidity or alkalinity. Because I don't give a damn what you drink. Just show up to camp. Put the 2 dots next to it. One on top, one below. One on top, one below. Them dots too lighter. Put good dots. That's circles. Dots. Dots. Like a how do you say, a period at the end of a sentence? A full stop. 202. 202 minus 701. You might want to write a little smaller. No sweat. That happens on the board too. You have to erase. Right? But big enough that everybody see. Right? PH 202 minus 701 minus 4640 equals counsel to save your effing life. Write that. And put effing. EFFIN. Please use that formula in your everyday life going forward. And give that formula to your family. Give that formula to your children. Give that formula to everybody in your household. Because it's going to save your life. Because at one time in my life, I was given another formula similar to this one. And it saved my goddamn life. And it still saves my life today. And sometimes when I use that formula, it's rough and it's bitter and I hate it. But I do it because I trust in the Lord. Please, the drink was good. I want to save the glass. So what? That's my OCD kicking in. Salam. That's me managing everything all at once. Use it. Every brother and sister in DC, get this damn formula. I'm absolutely serious. You have an issue in your life, apply it. PH stands for phone. You call that number. Report your issue. I will handle it. That's the job I've been given. Because at one time in my life, it was absolute hell. And I was on the phone 2 and 3 in the morning, day after day, and got patience and counsel and checking and correction. And I'm thankful for it. But my life was hell. Call this goddamn number before this number got to call you. Please.
And that's logic too. I just want to take the water
Hold on, right. The water can up off me now.
Listen, in 2013, I had met a sister, and I'm just talking to her. I'm just having a regular conversation, casual conversation with Captain Shop about getting this bread. He's like, so I went ahead and married her. He asked me, first thing he asked me, did you get counsel on that? And I was like, nah. At that time, 2013, my young mind, I'm like, counsel, we can have bread. What the fuck you talking about? Tell me to get counsel for.
Sorry, guys. What? Am I wrong? So you get the counsel to Pete, huh?
But he was so, but now, now later, as I got, being long in the school, being more seasoned, to make perfect sense what he said. At the time when he asked me that, I felt like, nigga, who are you?
Yeah. Okay, and that's the thing, and I want to let everybody know. It be that personal.
God.
You have to fight Satan to not feel offended.
God.
Just know that you're getting taken care of. Nigga, he ain't, he half the time nobody don't want to hear your little personalized problems.
Yeah. God.
But this is the job. And we're gonna do it because this is the job we take.
Right.
And it's no talk about you love Israel. You understand? So whatever it takes, brother, resources going to be put into you, and the most precious resource is time and wisdom. And use it. So like I need to cut your brother.
Nah. So I ain't, at that time in my young mind, I had some experience with one Eve when I first came to school 2 years,
like 2011, she rolled out, but I'm still not learning. 2013, I get another rib. Captain Shaka asked me, "Did you get counsel before you married her?" I look at him sideways, like, "No." So
nigga, you jealous of me? You mad because I got her and you didn't?
So
Satan, huh?
I bring her the Passover and all that. She hated what the brother Captain Magaba was saying at the Sabbath. She didn't want. She loved Esau. I tried to make her stop smoking cigarettes. She stopped for a little bit, then continued and said, she told me to my face, "I'm about to start smoking cigarettes again. I'm about to start selling them." Like, and then it was just a waste. And most of that shit on my hands no more. But I had got a little counseling during my hand, but had I had more counseling, what Captain Sharp was saying at the time, I could have dodged it. I ain't had to, lay down with a beast.
Right. No, this is the thing. You could learn, this is another thing I learned young in the truth. You could learn from other men's experience, or you could learn from experience. Either way, you're going to learn. It's your choice. You get the point? Me personally, I'm gonna talk to the nigga who got his hand burnt on the stove. I'm not going to say it ain't so hot and try it myself. Somebody already did it. And the stove could look like gold, dog. The stove could look like a Lamborghini. You should have done destroyed somebody before. I ain't gonna do it. Seek always. I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think? What do you think I should do? What do you think I should do? Because that brother you're talking to probably wish he had the opportunity to do what you now asking. Because he learned the hard way. And really, that brother don't want to see you make a goddamn mistake. Right. He don't want to have to mourn with you. He don't want to have to see you all jacked up and effed up over this shit. Right. He don't want to see it. But Satan is going to tell you, he fighting you, he's your enemy, he don't want to hear nothing good, blah, 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 blah. You got to fight that shit. And getting the habits of communicating and shit. Let me get just a few more, all right? Give me the scripture you have in your pocket for real quick. Please. Just go a little bit late, Salakia. I need to get this tonight because I want you all clear as day. Because this world is murky. Murky and cloudy and shit is happening all over the goddamn place. Right. The Lord done made a whole sci-fi movie in the Gulf of Mexico. Some pipe on the water burst. That should look like, brother, fire is erupting in the ocean now. I ain't never seen no shit like that. Not even a volcano, brother. Right. And they pouring water into the shit in water. I'm like, what are these firefighters doing? They don't know what to do. Like, they don't know to get away from them. Let the Lord get the glory. Well, all right then. I done seen the Lord do a few things, brother. And I seen on video the same cloud in the day and the pillar of fire at night on video in America last year. You could look it up. Where the Lord made a tornado of fire appear and a cloud over it. That's in the Bible. That was in Egypt, coming out of Egypt. He led them by a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. Brother, I saw that thing and I realized the Lord is not a bully. He is not like Allah, who's going to cut your head off and your hands off and stone some young sister to death for a mistake because she want to drive a car. That's not the power of Israel. He's a father and he's merciful and he's showing you signs. He's taking that belt and doing this. And slapping us on the ground. Do I got to take my belt out? He don't want to do this shit. But if I don't do this, you'll try to jump off the damn top floor because you're a dumb child. And I don't want to take it to the hospital. I want you to grow up strong. So now I had to threaten you, I had to pump fake you. But you can't tell them. Because if it's not a fake, you ain't gonna survive the hospital. So you better just get in line. Give me the scripture real quicker.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 37, verse 16.
Please.
Let reason go before every enterprise.
Say that again.
Let reason go before every enterprise.
One more time.
Let reason go before every enterprise.
Go ahead.
And
what was here?
Ecclesiasticus chapter 37, verse 16.
Go ahead.
Let reason go before every enterprise, and counsel before every action.
Did it say some actions?
And counsel before every action.
Did it say actions that you've been doing since you was a child?
And counsel before every action.
Did it say the most intimate of things that really, nobody needs to know about?
And counsel before every action.
Brother, I think I'll be beating a dead horse to carry on. But I don't know how else to tell you. don't take a chance with it. Just get the counselor. It's not a shame to you. It's hard for you to admit because you've been listening to Satan all the time, and Satan done left you. Now you're going in there and really make it. You don't have that demon that gave you the courage before.
Right.
So Satan done left you, man up and go in there. Because in there you have a brother on the other side. You have a brother who's going to hear you and tell you what you need to hear. He's going to tell it to you. Because leave it up to you, Ark. You drinking out of the same cup you're pissing in. But you don't know it. You think it's champagne, bubblies, cheers. But you're drinking out of the same cup you're pissing in. I got some more, Salak. Let me just get a couple more, Salak. Please, just bear with me, all right? Look at my Salak. Salak, brother. Give me Proverbs 19, 20, and 21. I should have saved that one for last. Give me Proverbs 19, 20, and 21.
I will come. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 21. There are many devices.
20 and 21.
Salah. Proverbs 19, verse 20. Hear counsel and receive instruction.
Say it again.
Hear counsel and receive instruction.
Say it again.
Hear counsel and receive instruction.
Hear counsel and receive the instruction. Get it. Get it. It's going to save your life. Read on.
That thou mayest be wise in thy latter end.
That's how you get wisdom, man. By getting counsel in the beginning. And now you're going to be wise in the end. You're going to be able to see things and hear things and realize. Through the counsel, you're going to be able to know when this is Satan telling you what to do. Because you done spoken to a voice that's not Satan before. You done spoken to somebody who done inquired of the Lord. So you know what the Lord sounds like. And now you're going to be like, I want to do this shit. I know that wrong because I came up with that shit. Right. You understand? I know that wrong. Go ahead.
Verse 21. There are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord, that shall stand.
There are many devices in a man's heart. There are many devices. Your heart is your mind. Right. There are many things that's going to go through your mind. Many plans, how to do this, how to do this. But nevertheless, the Lord's counsel is going to stand. Whether you follow it or not. What the Lord wants will stand. You can now seek counsel and then give wisdom to somebody else, or be the example of wisdom to somebody else. Right. You understand? Everybody know who Nabal is? You know who Nabal is? Who's Nabal? Break it down.
So, Nabal was the brother whose real name was Abigail. Mm-hmm. When King David was on the run with his men, he came and asked the brother for food.
She was Abigail?
Come on, sir.
That wasn't Saul's daughter. Saul's daughter wasn't Abigail. Hold on one second.
Come on, sir.
Show them for you how to just no stress, sir. I wait on you. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go in there now and set it. I'm gonna wait 1 second for a half hour from now. That will. Okay. I'm gonna go 1 second. Okay, come on. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay, come. And do something else. Yeah. In a few days, we get it. So we just keep pumping it. We should get some more. Okay, calm, counsel. Yeah. I already uploaded one today. I just ain't put it out yet. Calm, counsel. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna go in there and check it now and hook it up and get ready for the next half hour. All right, so. Yeah, I was interrupt that. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, Slaki. Nabal was the cat when King David and his men were on the run. He came to ask for food and lodging, and he was, he turned him down. And King David was going to kill every man in that city.
Back up a little bit. David watched over his servants in the field and made sure they wasn't robbed. We need to back up some more. David saw it and realized, okay, this is some man with power field. Let's watch over it.
Right.
Then we're going to go tell him, make sure that he know we out here watching over his servants.
Right.
David did it. Ain't no sweat. It happens. David did it.
Right.
Then Then he went to Nabal and told him what him and his men did do it.
Right.
What was Nabal's response?
I believe it was like he wanted to get off his.
Nabal said, I didn't ask you to do all that shit, nigga.
Oh yeah, come.
You know what I mean? You want some food for some shit I didn't ask you? You want me to pay for some shit I didn't ask you for?
Right.
David thought to kill that nigga right then and there.
Right.
And rode away and was upset. Because of course he's been on the run so long, hungry, whatever. He tried to do something to help a brother. The brother didn't have no mercy on him. And Nabal scolded him and told him, you on the run from Saul, blah, 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 blah. He was talking shit to David.
Right.
David was ready to kill him. Keep going from where you're at.
God, sir. And that's when his rib, Abigail, came in. And she ended up she pleaded on behalf of her husband.
Well, give me this, I'm skip you back before, a little bit more. The servants saw what David did and saw how Nabal reacted.
God.
And they ran and told Abigail.
Right.
Nabal is Hebrew for stupid.
God, sir.
Right? Because Nabal was an idiot.
Right.
He was dumb. She knew she had a dumb husband.
Right.
And loved him. Nonetheless.
Right.
Now give that sister a hand. You get the point? She didn't seek a new husband. She sought to serve her husband righteously, but she knew she married a simpleton. Right? And that's just love.
Right.
The servants told Nabal's wife what happened, what David did, and told her what Nabal said. Nabal was having a feast the next day. I believe she went to Nabal first and Nabal dismissed her. She then went and ordered the servants. Go ahead, Salaki.
God, so that's what she ordered the servants to go and feed David's men and meet him on the way as he was coming.
She ordered them to bring her the bread and the wine
God, sir.
and the meat, and she went to meet David.
Right.
With the servants.
Right.
Why did she go to meet David from the story?
To plead on behalf of her husband.
Because why? What did she know?
Because he was a fool.
And what else did she know?
That David was coming to kill him.
That David was a man of war.
Right.
She didn't know David, but she knew who he was.
Right.
And she knew you shouldn't talk to this man like that, though.
Right.
It's food. He ain't asking you for your house and your woman.
Right.
Some food. She pleaded with David to not come slay her husband. In fact, while she was riding to meet Nabal, to meet David, David was riding with his men to kill Nabal. She met him on the way.
Right.
And said, my Lord, I've heard what happened. And she said, you spare him. David said, you could go read it. David said, today you have stopped me from sinning against the Lord. Because David was angry, but the anger overtook him. And so you are righteous for it. The sister went back home and told Nabal what she did. What did Nabal do?
He had like a heart attack or something.
He was angry.
Yeah.
He was angry with her. He was angry with her. Either she told him or the servants told him. He was angry with her for what she did, and the next day, the Lord killed him. Lord took his spirit right there the next day for being such an idiot, because this girl had saved his life. David heard about it, came and took the woman, married the woman.
Right.
Because she was smart.
Right.
She was wise. She got some counsel. She understood things. You get me? She understood things. Don't be Nabal in the grave. When a woman tried to save his goddamn life.
Right.
Don't be like that. Just go get some counsel. Give me one more scripture and we close it up. Give me Proverbs 20 and 5.
Proverbs chapter 20, verse 5. Counsel in the heart of man is like deep water.
Say it again.
Counsel in the
Counsel.
heart. Counsel. Counsel.
That's not decent.
Yeah.
Too much mo. One too many mo's. Young. Go ahead. Counsel. Don't worry. Don't fix it. Salakia. I'm wrong. I got an accent. You fucking telling you how to talk. Shit. Yeah.
Counsel in the heart of man is like deep water.
Counsel in the heart of man is like deep water. Like deep water. Go ahead.
But a man of understanding will draw it out.
A man of understanding gonna go get it. It's like deep water, but he gonna go get that counsel. He gonna go. It's important. It's imperative. I don't know how else. I'm gonna just give you a few more. You can look these up on your own. Proverbs 20 and 18. Proverbs 21 and 30. Proverbs 24 and 6. Proverbs 27 and 9. And finally, Ecclesiastes 8 and 2, which is, I implore you by counsel to follow the laws of God. Get counsel in everything. Pick up the phone. I don't care if you got to pick it up tonight. Whatever you got to do, brother, don't kill your own self. That's the stupidest thing. Die in the war. Don't die in your own sword, all right? With that, pass the class over the priest and officer. Priest and officer could go off, boy. Nigga who talk like he MCA. So. Okay, bye.
Security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA. New rules for brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shut themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister have interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means tenth in the Hebrew and pronounced by I.S.U.P.K. 10% of every penny or any increase the Lord gives you, get to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. The upholding qualifications. Feast of first, memorial blowing of the trumpet. First day of the 7th month, Monday the 6th September 2021. You can find us in Leviticus chapter 23, verses 24 to 25. Remind Akim and Awatha to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If any brother wants to become a trooper in the school, you start wearing all black, which include black boots, black shirts, black pants, black scarves, and headbands. So I get with that we say Amajim, which means to stand. Men of Israel will get one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak.
Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brakatah. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Brakatah.
That's a matah. Class dismissed. Yes.